Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 10 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 10-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
on the Hawkeyes Sports Network from Learfield. This is Hawkeye Women's Basketball, brought to you by U.S. Bank, proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Iowa Lottery, be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. Bud Light, it's for the fans. By University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Authentic Brand, unique Hawkeye apparel at authentic-brand.com. And by Hy-Vee, score big savings at HyVeeDeals.com. Now to Courtside, here's Rob Brooks and Jamie Lang.
And welcome inside the Bramlage Coliseum in Manhattan, Kansas, as tonight the Iowa Hawkeyes, ranked 4th in the country, 3-0, take on the Wildcats of Kansas State out of the Big 12, and they also are undefeated at 2-0. Rob Brooks along with Jamie K.V. Lang on a Thursday night as we get set for a Big 10 versus Big 12 contest. Tip-off coming up just after 8 o'clock. We won't get started right at 8, but not too much after that, as this is the second game of a men's-women's basketball doubleheader. And Kansas State defeated Kansas City in the men's game. It started at 5:30, 69-53. The Wildcats over the Roos, and both teams out on the court warming up. The Hawkeyes, the basket to our right, and K-State, the hoop to our left. And for Iowa, this is the second road game in a row. And of course, you remember what happened on Sunday afternoon as the Drake Bulldogs gave the Hawkeyes all they wanted. And Iowa had to go into overtime, defeat Drake 92-86 behind an outstanding performance by Monica Sonato, who had 36 points and 11 rebounds on 14 of 21 from the floor, had 5 O-boards, and rewarded as Big Ten Women's Basketball Player of the Week. And Monica now averaging 23 points and 7.3 rebounds, but the nice thing is she had some help as well, as Caitlin Clark hit a couple of really big shots in the game, ended up with 28 on 4 of 14 from three-point range. And you go back to 2 huge threes made by Gabby Marshall that really got the Hawkeyes going, because Iowa was down at the half and then got things going in the third and fourth quarters as Iowa outscored the Drake Bulldogs 21-14 in the third, spurred on by some outstanding three-point shooting by Clark and Marshall, and also Monica Sonato in the middle. But now all the attention has been turned to a Kansas State team that is receiving votes in the top 25 and coming off a victory against Wisconsin in Milwaukee at 77-63 after an opening performance against Central Michigan, in which the Wildcats won that one easily at 83-45. And the interesting thing about tonight's matchup will be that Kansas State, especially with that starting 5, likes to play a 5-out, 4-out, 1-in concept, not unlike Drake, not unlike Creighton. And that, especially on the defensive end, has given the Hawks some trouble. So this is going to be a very good test for the Hawkeye defense that I thought got much better in the third and fourth quarters against Drake than the first and second quarters, where they got hit on that back cut several times, but then really shored things up. You look at the defensive job that Caitlin Clark did, and Gabby Marshall, and then Molly Davis, sensational in the second half in the third and fourth quarters, and actually coming off the bench and playing starter minutes at 28 minutes and 53 seconds. But the one thing to keep your eye on tonight will be the free throw shooting. The Hawks have not shot the ball well from the line after leading the nation in free throw shooting last year, just at 66.7%. And really the game wouldn't have been as close at Drake had the Hawkeyes knocked down their free throws. Ended up 17 out of 30. But we'll try to get that aspect of the game going tonight, and rest assured this team will be very good at the free throw line as the season goes on. So An interesting contest tonight as Iowa takes on Kansas State in a tough week. This is game 2 of a tough stretch that will end on Sunday, as the Belmont Bruins will be inside Carver Hawkeye Arena, picked to win the Missouri Valley Conference. But all the focus on the purple and white tonight. We'll head to the locker room. Jamie caught up with head coach Lisa Bluter. We'll get her pregame comments. Also starting lineups and Jamie's keys to a Hawkeye victory. All before the tip coming up after 8 o'clock from the Bramlage Coliseum in Manhattan, Kansas. Thanks so much for joining us tonight on the Hawkeye Radio Network, the Varsity app, and also the YouTube page. Go to YouTube and just type in Hawkeye Radio Network and join us this evening. We'll be back with Coach Bluter after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Okay, close your eyes and imagine.
Well, unless you're driving.
Yes, imagine you bought a scratch ticket from the Iowa Lottery.
Or someone gave you one.
Yes, right. And you scratch, and you've won.
One big.
Yes, in fact, there are 13 holiday games with big cash prizes. And if you don't win, play it again. You can still win up to $100,000 in the VIP club.
But you have to enter and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
Yes, thank you.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
About 15 minutes away from tip-off, Iowa and K-State. The Hawks number 4 in the country, according to the AP, and the Wildcats receiving votes. It's now time for the Hy-Vee Shoot-Around with head coach Lisa Bluter, brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Score big savings at HyVeeDeals.com. The team actually ate breakfast this morning at the local Hy-Vee store here in Manhattan. Now let's head to the locker room. Jamie has head coach Lisa Bluter.
And now here with Lisa Bluter before we're starting the second road game of the season against Kansas State. What can we expect from the team today?
From the Hawkeyes or from the Kansas State?
Good question. That's a good focus area. Let's start with Kansas State.
Let's start with Kansas State. Well, there's a team that's going to give us one thing we haven't seen all year is we haven't seen a lot of pressing. And this team in the last game when they played Wisconsin pressed the entire game. So we're expecting a little bit of that. They've been playing player to player the whole year except for their zone full court press. They crash the boards and really score off offensive boards well. So there's a team that half of their shots are threes, and we cannot afford to help on drives and give up open threes.
Will they be similar to what Iowa saw against Drake, who was a pretty agile team, plays some 5-out?
Yes, they will play some 5-out, but they don't run very similar offense. Theirs is more of a drive and pitch type of thing, or they'll bring their post to high post and cut off of her all the time.
So speaking of post, Aoka Lee out for the season. Was that a matchup that you were looking for Monica Sonano?
Yeah, it really was. It kind of burned me that Yoka Lee was given or named one of the top 5 centers in America last year, and Monica wasn't. So I was looking forward to this matchup. I had something to prove out here, and so did Monica. So we're kind of disappointed in that fact. And now they've went with more of a guard type of a center, like we've seen already this year.
Okay. And so what can we expect from the Hawkeyes on the offensive end today?
Well, we want to push, but obviously with that press, it could, slow you down a little bit. The thing is if we can break that press and score effectively, I always tell our players, that's the easiest way to get somebody to take off a press is you just slice it, dice it, and get to the basket, and then all of a sudden they have to take it off and they have to go to plan B.
And then when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about what you did today, since it was a late game, and about Ava Jones. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Okay, close your eyes and imagine.
Well, unless you're driving.
Yes, imagine you bought a scratch ticket from the Iowa lottery.
Or someone gave you one.
Yes, right. And you scratch, and you've won.
Won big.
Yes, in fact, there are 13 holiday games with big cash prizes. And if you don't win, play it again. You can still win up to $100,000 in the VIP club.
But you have to enter and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
Yes, thank you.
Woohoo! When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
Touchdown!
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Mid-American Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Get a Hy-Vee Plus Premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, free standard delivery and free express pickup. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. For a limited time, get $50 off an annual Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG. That's right, get $50 off a Hy-Vee Plus membership with code SAVEBIG.
Okay, so Coach Bluter, man, it's an 8 p.m. game on the road. What do you even do with the team all day to keep them engaged?
Yeah, we had a little study table in the morning. We went out for brunch. We had a shoot around. And then we got to spend about an hour and a half with Ava Jones and her family. So that was very nice to see them, to have them here. We're all wearing our Ava Jones T-shirts today. Just she's going to be sitting right across from our bench. And so obviously we want to keep the prayers and the support coming their way, because on Monday she will be having one of her first surgeries on her knees, and we're obviously praying that goes well for her.
How did Ava Jones seem today, being able to interact with the team? Because that's not something that players get to do really before they jump into the team and come on campus.
Yeah, I think she's just so excited to be a part of the Hawkeye family that it was really fun for her to be able to hang out with our team. And she's really connected with Sid on our team, and so they spent some good time together as well. But it was just wonderful to see how our players interacted with her and her mom.
And this isn't the first time you played K-State. This is one of the teams in the Big 12 that we've seen a matchup against a few times before. What does it mean to be able to play against teams in the Big 12?
Yeah, and we'll face another one later on in Iowa State, obviously, on our home court. And Kansas State will be coming back to our place next year. This is a home-and-home type of situation. So, I think it's good to play against teams from the other Power 5 conferences. It just gives you a more of a barometer on where you are. Actually, it really, I think, helps in the postseason, but mostly if you end up on top.
And then lastly, what is something that you're excited about today that you've been thinking about and wanting to focus on and see happen today out on the court?
Well, I just didn't think in the Drake game, we did a lot of good things. We had 23 assists. We only had 12 turnovers. We forced a lot of turnovers. We crashed the boards pretty well. So we did a lot of good things, but I don't think we ran our offense that well. And that's what I really want to do today is really focus on taking good shots and executing our offense a little better.
All right. Thanks, Coach Bluter.
Thanks, Jamie.
All right. And this is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
Okay, close your eyes and imagine.
Well, unless you're driving.
Yes, imagine you bought a scratch ticket from the Iowa lottery.
Or someone gave you one.
Yes, right. And you scratch, and you've won.
One big.
Yes, in fact, there are 13 holiday games with big cash prizes. And if you don't win, play it again. You can still win up to $100,000 in the VIP club.
But you have to enter and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
Yes, thank you.
The road to a championship is long and full of peril, not to mention snow. Best to drive a Honda. Athletic, all-wheel drive vehicles with nimble moves, power off the line, and gas mileage that's off the charts. Plus, every Honda comes standard with Honda sensing safety features because defense wins championships, and everybody loves the free safety. New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Welcome back to the Bramlage Coliseum in Manhattan, Kansas, built in 1986, a place where the Wildcats have won over 70% of their games. And, Jamie, there's a little history here between Iowa and Kansas State. This is not the first time that you have been in this arena.
It is not. I was here. I had to look it up because I could remember being here, and I remember it not going well. But I did have to look it up, and it was when I was a sophomore is actually when I was here. And then, it wasn't a good game. That's all. I'll leave it at that. If people want to go ahead and look it up, now I gave you some insight.
But I think you played okay.
I think I played okay here. I played much better at our home one. Yeah, but I do remember being here. So that tells you something. I think that it's not the best record here, so I would like Coach Bluter to win today so she can kind of erase that and move forward. Yeah, K-State. So now people are probably Googling, what happened?
Well, I haven't been here since 1988 when Iowa played Kansas State.
I was 5.
In football. Well, I was going to ask you if you were even born. And that was a time where Kansas State football was really struggling, and there was a Sports Illustrated cover article about the worst program in America. And then obviously the job that Bill Snyder, former Iowa assistant under Hayden Fry, did as a head coach here would rival the best coaching job done in America. And this arena right next to the Bill Snyder family football stadium. And Kansas State bowl eligible once again this year. And so the legacy of Bill Snyder is certainly one that Kansas State fans will remember for a long, long time. The last time that Kansas State played Iowa, Iowa lost a tough one here in Manhattan, 81-78. And that was back in 2011. So players like Morgan Johnson, Camille Wallin, Kelly Cry, Samantha Logic, Jamie Pretty had an outstanding game at 21 points on 8 of 11 from the free throw line. And that game actually went to overtime. So the Hawkeyes coming off an overtime victory against Drake. So hopefully the Hawks can break a streak. A small sample, but break a streak here in Manhattan. We'll get to Jamie's keys to a Hawkeye victory, but first let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You are listening to Iowa Hawkeye Women's Basketball. Both teams have about a minute left to warm up. Hawkeyes in the traveling black uniforms with the gold Iowa across the front with gold numbers. And K-State will go with a combination of gray and white, their home uniforms. Well, Jamie, here we go. Another 8 o'clock tip. The Hawks are used to this. The opener against Southern started at 8:30. But if you look at the schedule, the one thing is you're going to play at 11 in the morning. You're going to play at 8:30 at night. And that's just the way it's going to go this season. So the Hawks have to be ready to answer the bell whatever time it is.
Right. Just be ready to go at all times of the day. And that's going to help them actually come tournament time, that they've had random weird times throughout the season. And I think just make them that much more prepared.
Well, what's important for the Hawks tonight?
Well, I would say a big one for the Hawkeyes tonight is going to be looking out for that three-point shot. K-State likes to shoot threes. They like to throw them up. So making sure to get out there and just not allow them to have wide open three-pointers. Force them to make some movements, some passes first. The second one is going to be on the offensive end. I really, really think Monica Sonano can shine tonight. They don't have an established post. Coach Bluderman talked about it, that they're going with more of a guard front. So they need to establish that inside game. And then they can do some in-out because they'll most likely have to double down on her at some point. And then the last one, man, they look so good when they push. When they can get some fast breaks going, if they can break that press even just a few times, it's going to give them some motivation, but it's also going to have Kansas have some questioning about whether they can keep that press on them.
So starting lineups being introduced, and Kansas State typically does go with a 5-guard offense. Did so against Wisconsin, a smaller lineup, but it looks like Kansas State will go with a bigger lineup,
taller one,
and completely change up the starting lineup because of the Hawks' size and toughness down low. So for Kansas State, coming off that win against Wisconsin. Actually, that game was played at American Family Field, which is the home of the Milwaukee Brewers. Won that game 77-63. Sarah Shematzi is a 6'2" senior, averaging 6 points a game. Serena Sundell averaging 12 and 6.5. Gabby Gregory is Kansas State's best player. Transfer from Oklahoma, averaging 22 a contest, and they will try to run everything to her offensively. Jalen Glenn, also expected to get the start, a 6'1" sophomore. Rebecca Dollinger, a 5'9" junior, and she'll be joined by Taylor Lauterbach, a 6'7" junior, so she has the height. I mentioned Sarah Shematzi. She will actually come off the bench, but did start the game against Wisconsin. So Sundell, Gregory, Glenn, Dollinger, Lauterbach, the 5 for Kansas State. Hawkeyes will go with the 5 of Kate Martin, McKenna Warnock, and Monica Sonano, the reigning Big Ten Women's Basketball Player of the Week up front, and the backcourt of Kaylin Clark and Gabby Marshall. Clark coming off of 28, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists against Drake, so just missed a double-double by 1 assist. So the lights are out, and the smoke machines going for K-State.
Got the glitter going.
Yeah.
I got some glitter.
There were a few folks stuck around after the men's game.
Yeah, it's interesting that they changed their lineup that much. And so my first thought is, yeah, maybe they did it for Iowa.
Yeah, changed 3 starters.
Could be that there's some injuries. It could be that they're just making changes this early in the season. And so it'll be interesting to see how things kind of pan out. Lauterbach, I mean, she only has 3 points. She's averaging 3 points this season so far. She shoots just 2 attempts a game, is averaging 11 minutes. And so you got to wonder, is that a size factor that they're just trying to compete with Iowa? Because like I just said, that go inside to Monica Sonato, they have some fear of that. Is it they want to get the jump ball? Like it could be things as simple as that, where they're like, well, we need one more possession. And so doing things like that.
So an interesting move by a very veteran coach, Jeff Mittie, in his 9th season as the head coach here at Kansas State. Has been to 4 NCAA tournaments, 31 years in coaching, the bulk of those at TCU. So between Lisa Bluter and Jeff Mittie, combined wins of 1,423, and of course Coach Bluter has 822 of those.
That's a lot of wins. That's a lot of wins, and I'm impressed by your addition skills there. Big
it took all afternoon.
Adding some 3-digit numbers. But really, it is 2 veteran coaches, and that's always a fun game to watch, though, because you know that you're going to see some good basketball. And I think Coach Bluter likes the challenge. She even said that, right? That was one reason they wanted K-State. They wanted to challenge Monica Sonato. They wanted the chance to prove how good she is, and you got to love that mentality.
And this is a home-and-home series, so Kansas State will come to Carver Hawkeye Arena next year. So here we are, both teams on the floor, center jump circle. The ball is in the air, and Lauterbach wins the tip. First possession to the Wildcats. And we are underway from Manhattan, Kansas. Kansas State in between the circles. Sundell drives down the right side, goes along the baseline, kicks it left side for Dollinger. And now Gregory tries to penetrate in the paint, has it swiped away and dug up by Caitlin Clark, who goes coast to coast, kicks it right corner, and the first 3-pointer of the night by Martin rims out. Shot looked good. Kate did not score at Drake on Sunday.
You could tell she was a little frustrated, but I mean, ultimately they won, so you're not going to be extremely frustrated, just a little.
A 3-pointer straight away, no good by Dollinger out of Miles Community College. Here's Clark down the right side, goes glass, short, rebound to Lauterbach, the 6'7" junior, and some contact in the backcourt. Gabby Marshall caused a travel. So there's Gabby, who only has 1.7 steals per game. But boy, how many turnovers has she created? How many tip balls?
That doesn't count as a steal, but it's just as good as a steal.
Yeah, it's a turnover for the Hawks, who get it in. Back to Clark, 3-pointer rimming no. Martin rebound, goes back up, has it blocked underneath. And Lauterbach at 6'7" gets the rebound. No score, just underway. Kansas State with a basketball on the left side. Glenn gives it off to Sundell. She'll fire a 3 left to the top of the key. No good off the right side of the rim. McKenna Warnock the rebound. Sideline fast break for the Hawkeyes into the front court. Clark to Martin, to Sonato, back to Kate Martin. A layup good with the right hand on the left side.
That's some confidence from Kate Martin going up against somebody 6'7". Nice finish, just shot it confidently, didn't change anything up.
And Kate gets involved in the offense early. That's good news. Gregory, free throw line extended left. Kate Martin comes out on her. She puts the ball on the floor, kicks it off to Dollinger, and now to Gregory. And she's doubled and tied up by Warnock and Martin. And the possession arrow favors the Hawkeyes.
Really great dig-in by Warnock. Just got in there, put her hands right on the ball.
Here comes Briley Glenn, who started the last game. And Sarah Shishmatzi, 6'2" senior, has a career high of 15 points. So quickly, those two typical starters in the game. Back cut by Kate Martin, left wide open, and lays it up off the window. And Kate Martin has all 4 Hawkeye points.
And now a second assist for Monica Sonato.
And then right back all the way to the rim. Serena Sundell with the left-handed layup. 4-2 Hawkeyes with the basketball. Here's Marshall all the way to the rim. He missed an easy layup. I think she was a little surprised how open she was. On the move is Glenn. Probes the middle, now brings it back out to the left side. In the corner, Glenn makes a move, loses control of the ball in the paint. Clark has it across the timeline. Down the left side of the lane. And then now goes to the corner and finds a cutting Monica Sonato to the basket and an easy layup. Absolutely no interior defense by K-State.
And a really good read, though, by Caitlin Clark.
And Sundell, coast to coast, lays it up with the right hand. And she has 4. Clark back from 15. A little bit strong on the jumper from straight away. Hawks by 2. 6:48 left to go in the first. Kansas State with the basketball. Here's Glenn, left wing. Gets it to Sundell. Inside to Gregory. Now right side to Shishmatsi. And she misfires on a 3-pointer from the right wing. Hawks with the rebound. Down court to Caitlin Clark. Iowa by 2. Clark spins, drives, jumper, baseline, got it from 10 feet.
The step back looked really good on that.
And Clark looks like that she can go one-on-one with no problem and create that mid-range jumper. Here's Sundell, kicks it left side, and a swish for Shishmatsi. She'll shoot the 3. That's the scouting report on her. 8-7 Hawkeyes, just under 6 first quarter. Marshall gets it back out to Caitlin Clark in between the circles. Clark, Sonato screen, right side, hesitates, drives paint, goes up strong, and is fouled.
Nice screen up top by Monica Sonato. Man, it was a strong screen, but set very well, so it wasn't a foul. And then she rolled well, which kept the defense with her.
Shishmatsi picks up the foul. Sydney a Falter and Molly Davis into the game. And we did not see a Falter in the Drake game. 2 free throws for Clark, swishes the first one. Hawks by 2, 9-7.
K-State's in that guard setup that Coach Bluter was talking about earlier right now. Or forward setup.
Caitlin drills the second one. She has 4. Hawks by 3, K-State with the ball. So absolutely nobody in the paint for K-State. All 5 players out at the 3-point arc. Shishmatsi tries to drive. Has to get it to Glenn. They're working the left side of the floor. Shishmatsi for 3, short. Missed it from the left wing. Nice rebound by Warnock. To Clark across the timeline. Angles right side. Dribbles in between her legs. Stops at the 13-foot mark. Gets it back to McKenna Warnock. Tries to get it to Molly Davis on a backdoor cut. Stolen by Shishmatsi. Down court pass. Goes out of bounds. Intended for Briley Glenn. She had no chance to come up with that. And it will be Iowa basketball.
The fun thing about when it's a 5-out setup, which obviously they don't know, but Iowa does a lot of shell drill when they're in practice. I mean, tons. I remember doing it. I know that the coaches still do it. So Iowa's pretty good at doing a 5-out or a 4-out setup.
Hawks by 3. We're under 5 first quarter. Bounce pass into Sonato. She goes up strong, can't finish, but a foul will be called on Shishmatsi, a 6'2 senior. That's her second.
And Monica Smart right there. She shot the ball really quickly because she knew she had been in the lane for a couple of seconds. So, I mean, that's the sign of a smart post when you're able to recognize you've been in the lane a couple seconds. You got to put that shot up quick so you don't get the 3-second call.
And that time, Monica Sonato was double teamed. Now is your chance to make a difference. Join the Swarm today and partner with Iowa's women's basketball program to serve charities in eastern Iowa. Learn more at iowaswarm.com. That's iowaswarm.com. Timeout on the court. 4:51 left to go first quarter. Iowa 10, Kansas State 7. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Handling all of your exterior needs from roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, they've got you covered. Providing free damage inspections and help filing insurance claims. Call 319-343-6376.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Rob Brooks and Jamie K.B. Lang back at the Bramblage Coliseum in Manhattan. Attention, all you Hawkeye fans who buy your own health insurance. Wellmark is on your side and on the health insurance marketplace. Let's give it up for plans you can afford, the freedom to go to almost any doctor in Iowa, and zero virtual care. Check out wellmark.com/swish to compare plans. Wellmark.
All right, well, Iowa going in 5 minutes in, a 3-point lead. Not a bad start. Shooting-wise, Iowa's 4 of 10 from the field. Not their best shooting, but again, not a bad start. Already have 3 assists, though.
Sonato at the line after Shishmatsi committed her second, missed the first. Just a little bit short. Second one, pops it right through there. So Sonato 1 out of 2, has 3. Hawks 11, K-State 7. Lob pass inside, and the shot is up and no good.
That was by Greer. Good
Heavenly
defense by
Greer, and Sonato gets the ball down low, goes up strong, and is pushed from behind. Briley Glenn will pick up her first. 6-foot sophomore, was a Big 10 or Big 12 all-freshman player last year, and Sonato right back at the line.
Sonato's running her lanes really well. She's basically going block to block at the moment, but she does it in such a good way that she's going as hard as she can, and so she's getting easy baskets because people I don't think are used to post running as hard as they can.
Sonato makes the first, misses the second. Both teams go after the rebound, and it's touched last by K-State. We'll stay with Iowa, and Addie O'Grady comes in for Sonato. Iowa 12, K-State 7. 4:33 first quarter. Hawkeye basketball along the baseline. Clark looks and tried to get a falter, and it was kicked and out of bounds by the Wildcats. Clark will throw it in just to the right of the hoop for the Hawkeyes. Lob pass out to O'Grady. Gets it to a falter. Now back to Clark in between the circles. Glenn comes out on her. Caitlin makes a move, free throw line extended left, loses control of the ball, whips it into O'Grady, and she tries to turn baseline and took an extra step. Traveling called on Addie O'Grady. Kansas State basketball.
Gonna say she moved that pivot foot.
K-State with it. Sundell gets into the paint. Holly Davis goes down. And Greer will pick up another foul for K-State. That's her first. And 4 team fouls already on the Wildcats with 4:11 left to go in the first. Hawks have yet to commit a foul. High post, Andy O'Grady. Hawks by 5 with the ball. She holds, gets it back to Clark. She fakes, fires a three-pointer, rolls all the way around and falls out into the hands of Lauterbach. Great fake.
It was. It was so good.
Just missed the 3 left of the top of the key. K-State with the basketball. Here's Sundell. Gives it to Gregory, leading scorer for the Wildcats, yet to score. Lauterbach gets it in the paint, turns, shot no, and a foul will be called in the paint away from the ball. Now Fulter will pick up her first, and that's the team's first.
K-State right now is in the middle of a 2.5-minute scoring drought.
12-7 Hawkeyes, 3:38 left to go in the first. K-State gets it in. Here's Sundell on the right wing. She'll fire a 3 off Davis. That's an air ball short, and calmly goes out of bounds over to the Hawkeyes. Iowa has Martin with 4, Sonano with 4, and Clark with 4.
Iowa just needs to get a little bit more into their offensive sets. They're not really moving the ball a lot. They're shooting within like 10 seconds.
Warnock to O'Grady. Turnaround jumper is good from 10 feet by Addie O'Grady. Had 1 foot in the paint. Not afraid to shoot it. O'Grady's first basket. Backdoor cut by Ebert. Goes up a little bit strong off the front of the rim. Clark comes away with the basketball across the timeline. Angles right side. Hawks by 7. Here's Davis. Whips it left side. A Falter 3, a little bit strong. Missed it from the left wing. Glenn hustles after the rebound. Crosses the timeline for the Wildcats. Pulls up her dribble 25 feet from the hoop. Whips the ball around to Sundell. All 4 players out of the paint except 1 at the high post. That's Lauterbach. Three-pointer right wing, in and out for Sundell. Weak side rebound, Clark across the timeline. K-State does a good job getting back. 14-7 Hawkeyes. Clark along the baseline. Bounce pass left side. A Falter. Shot is up and no good. The runner wouldn't go off the window. I like the aggressiveness, though, offensively for Sydney Falter. Three-pointer is up and good by Ebert. Hit that one from the left wing in transition. Like a lot of the K-State players, pretty good three-point shooter, but also can drive. And we've got a push on the perimeter by Briley Glenn against McKenna Warnock. And that should put Warnock to the free throw line, as that is K-State's 5th foul.
We talked about how K-State shoots a lot of three-pointers. Well, we're not even done with the first quarter. Still 2 minutes to go, and they've shot 8 already. That's a lot. It's a lot of three-pointers.
So Warnock at the line, drills the first one. Her first point. Need to recycle old working refrigerators and deep freezers? Visit MidAmericanEnergy.com for details, plus energy-saving tips. Swishes the second one. Warnock had 11 and 3 boards at Drake. Hawks by 6. 16-10. Just under 2 minutes left to go first quarter. K-State with the ball. Walks it across the timeline, does Sundell. Marshall comes out on her. Glenn. Now right side, Shamatsi. Now Glenn drives down the left side of the lane, pulls up her dribble, whips a pass inside. Catch and shoot by Sundell on a beautiful back cut.
That was the best I've seen their offense, that Kansas State looked, just moving around the nice cuts.
And Warnock goes strong to the basket, lays it up and in traffic, and is fouled. Good aggressive take by McKenna Warnock.
Yeah, I liked it. It was just a little bit of a curl. She curled around, read the defense, and it made it a really nice move.
Sundell picks up her first. Warnock at the line to try to complete the three-point play, and does.
I really want Warnock to try to take a little bit more of an offensive mindset.
Now she's averaging 10. You very capable of averaging 15 or 16.
I think she's getting 10 passively. I think if she was more active on it, I mean, she could easily be 18 points a game.
Dribble drive, penetration. Serena Sundell goes up strong on the left side and finishes, and she has 8. Had 17 and 9 boards against Wisconsin. Marshall, 3, left corner, rimming no. Rebound by Maupin. Eliza Maupin. 6'4", forward, out of Webster Groves, Missouri. And here's a three-pointer that goes down for Briley Glenn, just left to the top of the key. That's her first hoop. That pulls K-State to within 2. 19-17, Iowa with the basketball. And the Hawks turn it over. Maupin all the way to the basket. Left-handed layup, good. We're tied at 19. Hawks can hold for 1 to close out the first quarter. Davis in the backcourt, and she is pushed by Jalen Glenn. That'll be her first free throws for Molly Davis. But what that does is give K-State another possession in the quarter.
It does.
But also gives the Hawks 2 free throws as Hannah Stolke.
Yeah, K-State, they're at a 7-0 run in under a minute. So they scored 7 points quickly, and that's because they hit threes. They hit a 3.
Davis free throw got it. Her first point. So they had a significant drought here in the first quarter, but now have caught on fire.
They sure have. And a lot of that's from Sundell, and that is coming off of her cuts. She's the one who's doing the rolls, the cuts to the basket, and Iowa needs to make sure and recognize when she's cutting.
Davis knocks down both free throws. Sundell has 8. Glenn with the basketball. Free throw line extended left. Stolke out on her. 9 seconds left in the quarter. Glenn uses a screen. She'll fire from 18. A little bit strong. Martin the rebound. And that will do it for the first quarter from Manhattan, Kansas. Iowa 21. Kansas State 19. When corn grows Iowan, Iowans win. Take a closer look, and you'll discover the many connections you have to corn. And those connections translate into wins for farmers and wins for all of Iowans. Share your winning moments using #Iowans_win. Hawkeye basketball brought to you by Iowa Corn. Hawks 21, Wildcats 19 after 1. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At Mid-American Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
The Iowa Hawkeyes are officially bowl eligible. Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited is proud to be the official bowl game travel partner for the University of Iowa, with upcoming travel information available soon. Enter your email now at hawkeyesports.com/bowl central and be the first to receive information when the bowl game is announced. Various options will be available, so make sure you get on the list to find out. hawkeyesports.com/bowl central. Go Hawks!
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Rob Brooks and Jamie Cavey Lang back inside the Bramblage Coliseum on the campus of Kansas State University. Iowa 21, K-State 19. Hawks have had a pretty balanced scoring.
They have.
With 6 players that have at least 2 points.
Yeah. And leading the way, McKenna Warnock fought with 5 points, and then 4 for Martin, Sonano, and Clark. So far, Iowa has not hit made a three. They're 0 for 5, but I appreciate that they're not forcing it. They're still going to keep taking them, and we want them to take them. But if it's not hitting, let some other things happen more naturally, and then try your three again. Don't just keep throwing it up each time. So I think really smart play actually by Iowa to try to get into the offensive sets.
Hawks will start with the starting 5, except for Stuelke will stay in for Warnock. Kansas State, opening possession, second quarter. Sundell in between the circles, gets it to Glenn, right at the free throw line, turns around, wide open, missed the 15-footer. Kate Martin the rebound. Across the timeline, now Stuelke in between the circles, makes a move, gets into the paint, beautiful take, and lays it up and in. Wow, what a move by the freshman from Cedar Rapids, Washington.
Oh, man.
And count the basket, she was also fouled.
The move was amazing because, I mean, the ball got tapped out of her hand, and some people will get really worked up by that, but she saw an opening actually, got tapped out. The player went for the ball, and then she saw an opening to drive to the lane.
And cans the free throw.
That move was great, though.
Really strong. I mean, just took the basketball, slapped it together, got into the paint very comfortably, laid it up and in. Mop in the foul. Hawks now by 5, 24-19. K-State, Sundell on the left side, guarded by Marshall, and Marshall got a hand on it again, but K-State has it and then misfires on a three-pointer by Briley Glenn. Coast to coast, Clark goes up strong and is fouled. No call.
I've never seen this.
Boy, she went up, body contact all over the place.
Rob, you're talking about the most important thing, which is that the ball is sitting on the back of the rim right now. It's not stuck, which happens sometimes. The ball is sitting
right on the bracket.
It's, you guys, I've never seen this in my life. It is literally just sitting there right now. I feel like if somebody would just go jump next to there, like if you jumped, that's wild.
I was watching Clark to make sure that she didn't
I saw that, but you were missing the most important part was that the ball stopped on top of the rim.
Well, it didn't go in.
It didn't, it just sat there.
Just right on the back of the bracket. So foul was called. Clark at the line gets the first one to go. Clark went up strong, was knocked into the suspension. Wanted to make sure she was okay.
Sorry, I was focused on that ball going in.
Well, that's good.
We have our thing. We work well together. You worry about people's well-being.
That's
I will
right.
watch the ball.
I want to make sure Caitlin gets up. So she makes both free throws. K-State with the ball, 26-19. Hawks on top, and Lauterbach caught the ball underneath, and I think we're going to get a foul on the Hawkeyes.
And Iowa's in a 2-3 defense right now, and I think they're playing well, actually. They're moving around really well, staying out high, so they're taking away the 3, but I like the 2-3.
So the Stuelke will pick up the foul. Ball possession for K-State. Gregory along the baseline. Gets it out to Sundell. Now back to Gregory. Has yet to score. Double pump goes up strong on the left block and scores. That's her first basket. Gabby Marshall, her first foul. So Gabby Gregory, transfer from Oklahoma, averaging 22 a game. That's her first basket.
This is Kansas State's first time to the line tonight.
And Gregory completes the three-point play. Little token backcourt pressure. Hawks handle it. Gets it to Marshall, who buries the three-pointer from the right wing.
Picture perfect fast break right there. Pass, pass, pass. Hit by Marshall.
And K-State did not retreat defensively. 29-22 Hawks. Three-pointer Glenn, left wing, no. Ball bounces high in the air. Taken down by Clark. Across the timeline, slips into the paint. Short jumper from 12, no. Short arm that one a little bit. And Glenn with the rebound across the timeline. One pass, Sundell, 3. Dropped it in from the left wing. And that's what she likes to do, Jamie. Score in transition. She sets up on that three-point line. And the Wildcats found her. Sonano inside right block, back out to Stolke. Makes a move and shuffled her feet at the top of the key and called for traveling. Just got in a hurry that time.
Yep. Got to get that triple threat, and then that gets the ball a little bit closer to the court as well. So that takes away your chances of traveling a little bit more.
Hawks by 4, K-State with the ball. And Gregory tries to make a move on the baseline, does. Goes up strong with the layup. And has a chance for a three-point play. Foul on Sonano. Warnock back for Stolke. So Gregory all of a sudden with 5. Hasn't shown off her long-range three-point shooting capability. Has been going to the basket. Makes the free throw. 1-point game. Iowa 29, K-State 28. 7:30 left to go until halftime. Marshall. Martin playing catch. 25 feet away from the hoop. Now Marshall. Warnock. Clark. Marshall fakes a 3. Drives, pulls from 14 and rattles it home. 14-foot jumper in the paint straight away. And right back, three-pointer, no good by Glenn. Rebound by Lauterbach. Second opportunity for the Wildcats. Here's Glenn, pulls from 6 off the back of the iron. Weak side rebound taken down by Caitlin Clark. Down court to Warnock. Layup, good. Nice catch and layup by McKenna Warnock. She has 7.
And that long pass coming from Clark. Warnock did a good job, though, getting her feet ready right away. So right when she caught it, she just boom, boom, and had that nice layup.
Hawks by 5, 6:35 left to go until halftime. K-State with the ball. Open 3 for Gregory. Misfired that one from the right wing. Offensive rebound to the Wildcats. All the way to the rim. Shot is up and no good by Sundell. Sonano the rebound. Hawks look to run. Down court, Marshall. She'll pull from 3. Left wing, no. Weak side rebound, Warnock. 15-foot jump shot, Sonano. Short. Rebound, Wildcats. Foul on Kate Martin. That'll be her first and the team's 4th. Both teams with 4 team fouls here in the quarter.
And no Hawkeye has more than 1 foul at the moment.
33-28. Hawks on top. K-State with the ball. We approach 6 left to go in the quarter. Gregory along the baseline. Double team. Lost control of the ball. Dug up by Martin. Nice defense by the Hawks. Here's Clark. She'll pull from 3 off the right side of the rim. No good. Long rebound K-State. Quickly down. Sundell for 3. Right wing. No. Weak side board Martin. Almost lost it, and now a jump ball in the backcourt as Glenn got both hands on the ball.
And 1 hand on an arm, but it's still called the jump ball.
But the Hawks will keep the possession.
Returning to the game for K-State, number 14, Rebecca Dollinger.
Well, against those pressing teams, you really got to be strong with the ball in the backcourt. And you got to know that they're coming.
And that's one of the things that Iowa can continue to work on, is recognizing, hey, remember, this team does pick us up sometimes, so our fast break, you have to make sure that you're always aware as you turn and pivot, there could be a body there.
Addie O'Grady, her second appearance in the game. Sonano will get a break. 33-28, Hawks with the lead in the basketball. 5:30, second quarter. Davis for 3, right wing. Got it. Molly Davis, who we know can score.
Yes.
Averaged over 18 a game in 3 years at Central Michigan.
Iowa on a 7-0 run right now.
36-28. See if the Hawks could crank up that defense and keep it going. Dollinger. Inside Lauterbach. Back outside to Sundell for 3. No. Long rebound to Caitlin Clark across the timeline. Caitlin, top of the key, slips left side. Now to Martin, inside O'Grady, takes 1 dribble. Now back out to Warnock for 3, no good. O'Grady goes strong after the rebound. Just couldn't control it with both hands, and it goes off her left hand and out of bounds. We've got timeout on the court with 4:44 left to go. Second quarter, Iowa 36, K-State 28. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated and voted best of the area for the 10th consecutive year, proudly supports Iowa women's basketball. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets. We'll take a break. Hawks 36, Wildcats 28 with 4:44 left to go in the second. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
The road to a championship is long and full of peril, not to mention snow. Best to drive a Honda. Athletic, all-wheel drive vehicles with nimble moves, power off the line, and gas mileage that's off the charts. Plus, every Honda comes standard with Honda sensing safety features, because defense wins championships, and everybody loves the free safety. New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Hawks 36, Kansas State 28. 4:44 left to go until halftime. And then back and forth game, especially here in the second quarter. Ollie's Cupcakes is proudly serving their cookies and treats inside Kinnick Stadium and also Carver Hawkeye Arena for a taste of unique flavors you'll love. Stop by their downtown Iowa City location for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. And don't forget, Hawkeye fans, it's about that time.
It sure is. I don't know what time it is, but
Well,
I feel like you're going to tell me.
I'm going to let you know, and you better be there.
Okay.
You got to join head coach Lisa Bluter for Hawk Talk, presented by Oakdal at Bumps Restaurant once again this year. Hawk Talk with Coach Bluter and me and Jamie.
Yeah.
Now you're committed.
I don't know what I just agreed. Oh, I do.
Takes place weekly from 6 until 7. We will start things off on the 28th of November. That'll be our first show a week from this coming Monday night. And make sure you join us then. And then also HawkeyeSports.com to take a look at the full schedule. Hawk Talk with Coach Bluter from Bumps. K-State basketball. Hawks up by 8. Corner three-pointer no good by Shishmatsi. Now back in the game with 2 fouls. Clark quickly down court, gets into the paint, goes up, tried to split 2 defenders, and is fouled. And this time the ball did not hang on the back of the bracket.
It didn't. It did get hit before she could even put the ball up, so there was no chance at a 3-point play on that foul.
And Shishmatsi picks up her 3rd quickly. Just not quick enough to guard Caitlin Clark, and Caitlin knocks down the first free throw. Second one, perfect. Much better free throw shooting here in the first half.
Sure is.
By the Hawkeyes.
I mean, it was pretty bad at Drake, so it's not a lot of things would be an improvement. But 14 of 16 is great for the Hawkeyes. Hawkeyes are also in a 9-0 run right now.
Now up 10. Biggest lead of the ball game. K-State with the ball. Glenn on the right wing. A Falter back into the game. Hawks stay in that zone defense. 9 to shoot, and Dollinger does a 3-pointer left wing, no good. Hawks with the rebound. Clark quickly down court, spin move, goes up on the right block and is fouled. Once again, knocked to the floor, helped up by her teammates.
I like the creation there. I think it's a fun thing to try, especially with going on a run right now, trying to keep things going, the momentum moving. Iowa's defense, though, is what I think is the key right now. Iowa switched to that 2-3 zone. It's a little bit of a matchup outside on the three-point arc, and it's really slowed down Kansas State.
Both free throws good for Caitlin Clark. Dollinger picked up that last foul, her first. And now Iowa goes up by 12, 40-28. We're under 4, second quarter. K-State with the ball. Gregory, 17-foot jump shot is good.
Gregory just having a day.
She has 8 off after getting off to a slow start. Davis tried to get the ball to O'Grady across the paint, knocked away by K-State, and Wildcats on the move. They set things up. Glenn for 3, swishes this one from the left wing. Jalen Glenn, who had 16 and 8 rebounds against Wisconsin, gets her first hoop. Hawks quickly down court. Molly Davis in between the circles. 40-33 Iowa. Davis tried to get a backdoor cut to McKenna Warnock, throws it away. That's back-to-back turnovers by Molly Davis.
Yeah, both of them were unforced for the most part, because the one, she didn't wrap around quite far enough and kind of forced the pass to try to create something. And that one, she was trying to create something again. Just take some time, move the ball around. She wasn't even close to a 5-second call.
And that'll get Gabby Marshall back in the game. Caitlin Clark at the scorer's table, next dead ball. 40-33 Hawkeyes, K-State with the ball. Shishmatsi for 3, right wing, got it. That's her second three-pointer. Shishmatsi with 6, and K-State right back in it. Cut that lead to 4, 40-36 after Iowa went up by 12. A Fulter to Davis. Now Marshall on the left wing. Bounce pass, top of the key. Warnock holds it high above her head. 5 to shoot. Here's Marshall, gets it to Davis. She's got a fire from 30 and no good. But we thought McKenna Warnock had inside position on the rebound, but K-State came away with it. Gregory all the way to the hoop. Had it partially blocked. Got her own rebound back up. 2 more for Gabby Gregory. Into double figures with 10. Timeout Iowa.
Man, Iowa just Gregory and Sundell, they are the 2 people that are really hurting the Hawkeyes right now. And Gregory, Iowa has to react on it. It doesn't matter if you don't hear about her on the scouting report nearly as much. But, I mean, she can score. She can score, and so Iowa has to reflect it.
Hawks take timeout. That lead cut to 2. Iowa 40, K-State 38. Exactly 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light proudly welcomes back Hawkeye fans to Carver Hawkeye Arena this year. Bud Light is for the fans. The Bud Light halftime show will come up at the conclusion of the second quarter. And right now, we want the Hawks to have a good 2 minutes of basketball. Things were starting to feel fairly comfortable.
I know. I was feeling pretty good going into that second half, but Kansas State said no.
But this has been a game of runs so far.
It sure has. And they are on a 10-0 run.
And Warnock silences the Kansas State crowd with a 3-pointer deep in the right corner.
Kenna Warnock, 10 points.
Had 11 at Drake. Right at her average. 43-38 Hawks. Long 3 straight away. Jalen Glenn has 6. Hawks quickly down court. Clark hands it off to Marshall. Working around the perimeter. Now inside, Sonato goes to work on the left side of the paint and puts it up and in. Good ball movement again by Iowa.
It was, and they just, if you get the ball on the wing and it's wide open inside, pass it in. Throw it in.
Hawks by 4. K-State on the move. Sundell down the right side of the lane and is pushed. Marshall picks up her second. Serena Sundell at the line. Big 12 honorable mention, also the all-freshman team last year. Makes the first, she has 12. That's right at her average. And gets the roll on the second. Ebert back in for K-State. Kate Martin for the Hawkeyes.
With 1 minute to go, Iowa still with that 2-point lead, but can they get just a few more points to give a little bit more of a cushion going in?
45-43, we're under a minute. Clark hands it off to Martin. Now Clark, top of the key, trying to free herself up. Step back three straight away off the left side of the iron. Rebound hauled down by Glenn. K-State can tie with a 2 or take the lead with a 3, and it's a wild 3 by Gregory. Missed it from the left wing. The Hawks will slow the pace. 30 seconds left to go on the game clock. 21 the shot clock. Hawks by 2. Closing seconds, second quarter. Here's Clark out in between the circles. Sonato at the top of the key. Clark uses the screen, hesitates, whips the pass inside. Sonato goes up strong, banks it home over 2 players.
Yeah, and with some body.
And now K-State trying to get the ball in. Nobody was in the backcourt. 2 seconds. That hurt their chance. And Gregory does not get the shot off to end the second quarter.
Wow, that's a big error by Kansas State. Missed opportunity for them, but that's a game for Iowa.
So a nice close to the quarter for the Hawks.
Great close to the quarter. Good job on that last second play. I do like how Clark played it. She did a good job of driving in, but she didn't drive so close that she took away Monica Sonato's space so that Sonato could still post up.
And the Hawks will take the lead to the halftime break, 47-43. November is Men's Health Awareness Month. Urinary and sexual health have a huge impact on quality of life. UI Healthcare offers confidential, compassionate care for men just like you. Schedule an appointment with a men's health specialist today. Visit uihc.org/urology to learn more. That's uihc.org/urology. 20 minutes of basketball in the books from Manhattan, Kansas. Iowa 47, Kansas State 43. Stay tuned. The Bud Light Halftime Show comes up next. This is Hawkeye Women's Basketball from Learfield.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with 0 sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I think you...
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus, all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Rob Brooks and Jamie Cavey Lang back at the Bramblage Coliseum in Manhattan, Kansas. The Little Apple, they call it. And it's time for the halftime show brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light proudly welcomes Hawkeye fans to Carver Hawkeye Arena this year. Bud Light is for the fans. And we'll get a full stat recap from Jamie. But let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield. Iowa 47, Kansas State 43. The Hawks by 2 after 1, 21-19. Outscored K-State in the second, 26-24.
Well, Rob, 2 Hawkeyes are in double figures already for tonight's game. McKenna Warnock with 10 and Caitlin Clark also with 10. 8 of those 10 coming from the free throw line. Being helped out by Monica Sonato, 8 points, 5 from Marshall, 5 from Davis, 4 from Martin, 3 Stolke, 2 O'Grady, and a partridge in a pear tree. Then Kansas State has 2 players in double figures. That's Sundell with 13. She's 5 of 10 shooting, 1 of 5 from three-point land, and 10 from Gregory, who has currently been averaging about 22 points a game, but was pretty silent until late into the second quarter. Iowa currently has 22 rebounds as a team. Clark has 7 of those, 6 of those for Martin. Kansas State, 18 rebounds, 5 of those coming from Glenn. Both teams have 11 assists, 5 from Clark. Steals, Iowa has 4. Steals for Kansas State, 3. Iowa just with 6 turnovers, so handling the ball in that pressure quite well. Biggest thing for Iowa right now is that they are really going at them, and they're just being a little bit better about their shot selection. So their shots are going in a little bit more, and they're going to the free throw line more because they already have 16 of 18 from the free throw line. So that is where the biggest difference is coming for Iowa to give them that lead. Kansas State's points, they ended up with 43 with that Sundell being 13 and 10 from Gregory.
2 players in double figures for the Wildcats, and Caitlin Clark with 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And we're only halfway home. And the one thing, the Hawks can start get a little bit better percentage from three-point land. 3 of 13 have a great chance to finish this one off.
And Clark has not she has not been on yet, but she is still playing well, and so you just got to hope that it clicks in the second half.
Yeah, driving to the basket very well.
Yeah, Iowa will be on fire if that happens.
This is the Bud Light Halftime Show. We'll be back with more as we take a look at the U.S. Bank scoreboard update. After the break, Iowa 47, Kansas State 43. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4 Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatkirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay, close your eyes and imagine.
Well, unless you're driving.
Yes, imagine you bought a scratch ticket from the Iowa lottery.
Or someone gave you one.
Yes, right. And you scratch, and you've won.
One big.
Yes, in fact, there are 13 holiday games with big cash prizes. And if you don't win, play it again. You can still win up to $100,000 in the VIP club.
But you have to enter and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
Yes, thank you.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Hawks lead it at the half, 47-43. Welcome back to the Bud Light halftime show. As Iowa has been in control for the most part, Hawks have led for 18 minutes and 19 seconds at a big lead of 12 with 3:53 left to go in the second. K-State has yet to lead. Iowa went on an 11-0 run in the second midway through, and K-State came right back with a 10-0 run of their own. Time for the U.S. Bank scoreboard update. Put your trust in a bank that's been focused on serving the people and businesses in Iowa and all across the country since 1863. That is U.S. Bank. Stop by your local branch or log on today. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Let's check women's basketball around the country. Top 25 action. Number 1 South Carolina all over Clemson, 85-31. Then the Gamecocks will fly all the way to the Bay Area and take on Stanford this weekend. That should be a good one. Number 8 Ohio State, 86. Ohio, 56. Number 12 Indiana, 96. Bowling Green, 61. Number 24 Villanova defeated Pennsylvania 67-41. Also, the game right before this on the men's side, a men's-women's doubleheader. Kansas State defeated Kansas City 69-53. Elsewhere in the Big Ten, North Dakota State has defeated Minnesota 71-65. Michigan State 109, Florida A&M 44, and Purdue also hit 100 tonight, taking care of SIU Edwardsville 100-58. Also, the second-ranked Iowa wrestling team defeated the Army tonight in a duel out east 28-13. Here we are, Iowa 47, Kansas State 43. The Hawks back out, warming up, getting ready for the second half. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Time to redo this basement?
Yeah, a home gym, movie theater, model train utopia.
Or yoga studio?
I'm flexible-ish.
Great. I'll just use the U.S. Bank mobile app so we can plan it out.
Which way are you leaning? Setting a savings goal or applying for a home improvement loan?
I say we look at both options, right here in the app.
Budget for a really good home gym. We deserve it.
Noted.
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
The road to a championship is long and full of peril, not to mention snow. Best to drive a Honda. Athletic, all-wheel drive vehicles with nimble moves, power off the line, and gas mileage that's off the charts. Plus, every Honda comes standard with Honda sensing safety features, because defense wins championships, and everybody loves the free safety. New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Welcome back, Hawk fans, as Iowa takes on Kansas State here in Bramblage Coliseum. And it is time to check in on our points in the paint. Well, Iowa has 18 points in the paint, and Kansas State has 16 points in the paint. So I think that counts as winning those in the points in the paint. When we come back, we will start the third quarter. Again, Iowa has 47, Kansas State 43, and we will be back shortly to kick it off. This is Iowa women's basketball from Learfield.
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I thank you.
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
The road to a championship is long and full of peril, not to mention snow. Best to drive a Honda. Athletic, all-wheel drive vehicles with nimble moves, power off the line, and gas mileage that's off the charts. Plus, every Honda comes standard with Honda sensing safety features, because defense wins championships, and everybody loves the free safety. New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
Just underway, Kansas State quickly with the ball. One pass, and Shimatsi knocks down a three-pointer just right at the top of the key. And then the Hawkeyes hustle back into the offensive zone, and then a push called on Kansas State against Caitlin Clark right in front of the Iowa bench. So Hawkeye basketball up one. Here's Clark, three-pointer left alone, top of the key, count it.
And that's what we were hoping to see from Clark. Didn't have the best shooting performance in the first half. Nice to see her start off like that.
That time she could catch and shoot in rhythm. Dollinger gets it to Gregory, and Gregory connects from mid-range. And then Monica Sonano beats everybody down the court, gets the ball, puts it up and in.
A really nice pass just then from that was from Kate Martin.
Do a great job looking up the floor to the Hawkeyes. Here's a deep three-pointer off the glass in the front of the rim. That one missed by Glenn. Hawkeyes quickly down court. Here's Clark in the paint. Drops it off. Hawks by 4. Now Marshall feeds it right side. Clark. As Glenn comes out on her. Clark hesitates, drives, baseline, runner, ooh, no good.
Thought it was going in.
Yeah, skipped right over the rim. Shamatsi picks up her 3rd. And Clark will step to the free throw line to shoot 2. Caitlin with 13. Short on the first one. That's her first miss from the line. Second one, no good. Empty possession for the Hawks, up 4. K-State whips it around the arc. Dollinger. Free throw line extended right. Uses a screen. Gets into the paint. Sonato holds her up. Then Shamatsi gets it back out for a three-pointer and drills another one from the right wing. 12 for the 6'2 senior. And now a 1-point game. Hawks by 1. Clark. Top of the key, wheels to the right side, flips it to Martin, fakes a 3, 1 dribble in the corner. Warnock three-pointer, a little bit strong, battle for the board, knocked out of bounds by Kate Martin. And now a push will be called on Kate Martin. That's her 2nd.
Kind of a random call from the ref on the outside on that one.
Looked like she just tipped it out of bounds. And now K-State can take the lead. Hawks by 1, just underway in the 3rd. Dollinger for 3, top of the key, no. Good inside position by Sundell, and she goes up and is fouled. Clark's first.
You can feel a little momentum that's building for K-State right now, so Iowa wants to kind of squash that. Don't want it to get going.
First free throw, no good, spins out for Sundell, who had 13 in the first half. Spins the ball, catches, fires, perfect. Tied at 52. 7:20 left to go, 3rd.
While this is a close game, I mean, Iowa's led the whole time. If it wasn't a tie, they were always leading.
K-State has not had the lead. Hawks led for 18 minutes and 19 seconds in the first 2 quarters. Ball tapped out of bounds by K-State. Hawks will have it in the front court. Clark in between the circles, angles right side. Martin, right wing, fires left side across court. Three-pointer in and out for Marshall. Rebound taken down by Glenn. Crosses the timeline. Top of the key. Drives down left side. Jump stop. Shot no good from 4. And Sonato comes in to grab the rebound. Gets it ahead to Clark. Across the timeline. Now to the top of the key. Spins. Trying to get to the basket, but shut off by Glenn. Now Clark angles in from the right wing. Plenty of traffic. Hits the ground. The floor here. And then calls timeout.
Iowa's had some empty possessions, so gotta hope that this timeout kind of maybe gives them a little bit of a boost. Coach Blitter can get them in a set, have them something to focus on.
And it's going to be a full timeout with 6:38 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Hawks had the lead at 47-44 at the half. We're now tied at 52. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Handling all of your exterior needs from roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, they've got you covered. Providing free damage inspections and help filing insurance claims. Call 319-343-6376.
Tied at 52 after the Hawkeyes had a 47-43 lead at the half. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels, the Homewood Suites and the Home to Suites by Hilton. Each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. Hawkeye basketball also presented by the Iowa Lottery. The holiday season is approaching fast. Visit your local Iowa Lottery retailer for some holiday scratch tickets today. Then enter your non-winners in the VIP club for a chance to win big cash prizes up to $100,000. Visit ialottery.com for details. Hawks quickly off the inbounds play. Couldn't get it to go inside. Looked like there was some contact. Clark and Sonato were both there, and then quickly down. Kansas State takes advantage. Sundell goes to work in the paint, and K-State has its first lead of the ballgame.
They do. This is going to be a game. If you didn't think it was going to, it sure is.
And Kate Martin all the way down the left side of the lane, wide open, and
I don't know
missed
if
the left-handed layup.
Use the backboard.
Looked like she just lost control of the ball going up. Kate had 4 quick points
to start it.
Nothing since. K-State with a 2-point lead and the ball. Gregory and Sundell play catch. Gregory, top of the key, makes a move, spins, 15 feet away. Jumper no good off the back of the iron. And Sonato going after the rebound, and a push is going to be called on Taylor Lauterbach, the 6'7" junior. Hawkeyes with the ball. Clark across the timeline. Molly Davis into the game. Clark angles right side, hands it off to Martin, now gets it back to Clark. She's doubled, goes up in traffic, a little bit strong on the power move. Rebound down to K-State. K-State up 2. Here's Sundell, top of the key. Lauterbach inside, comes out high on the left side. Gets the ball back. And now it's Glenn. And a whistle underneath as Glenn got the ball into the paint on Gregory. Riley Glenn comes back for K-State. Hawks pick up the foul.
Rob, a not so fun fact right now, Iowa is at almost 4 minutes without scoring. So it's almost, you got to be kind of happy they're only down by 2 right now, because it's been a long time since they've been able to
Well,
hit.
like you said, the defense has been good. And K-State has kind of scored their points in bunches.
Yep.
You know, they'll have their 2 or 3 minute stretch where they can't get anything to go, and then all of a sudden would score 8 points in 2.5 minutes.
I'm not sure what they're checking on. Do we have a ref at the scoring table?
Yeah, taking a look at the replay. Coach Bluter calls her 5 over.
take a peek into the foul situation. No Hawkeyes with more than 2 fouls. 3 fouls for Riley Glenn and Shamatzi.
So that's the good news for the Hawkeyes.
That is good news for the Hawkeyes.
Ran into a little bit of foul trouble against Drake, but got through it okay. So when play resumes, it will be K-State basketball.
Because there was a foul by Kate Martin. I don't know if they're talking about...
Typically they would check to see if it would be a flagrant, but certainly didn't see anything live.
The only thing that I would think is it would possibly be on K-State. There's a battle happening underneath, and so I was thinking it might be on K-State actually, but... Or they call it dual foul, but I don't think you can go back and do that.
So now Lisa Bluter getting an explanation. And we are not courtside, so hard to tell what the officials are taking a look at.
I don't know if we're going to find out. I'll look and see if anything gets posted.
And K-State will get the ball. They inbounds it and then drop it inside. Layup missed by Sundell. Really nice play off the inbounds, but couldn't convert. Molly Davis with the ball. Top of the key. Now hands it off to Caitlin Clark. Probes the middle. Spins, paint, shot. Got it off the window.
And ends the drought. And brings it back to a tie.
At 54, Clark with 15. Leading scorer for the Hawkeyes. Sonato has 11. Only 2 players to score so far here in the third quarter with 4:40 left. Outside, Glenn fires from 3-point range. No good. Stalky, nice position on the glass. Gets the rebound.
Strong box out.
Fulter dribbles it across the timeline. Hands it off to Molly Davis, top of the key. Dribbles in between her legs. Down the left side, now Stokey, top of the key. Right side, Warnock. Now to Clark, 9 to shoot. Clark gets in the paint, and the shot is up and good. Little floater from 7 feet.
Just had to break past the defender, get a couple steps past it. Woo, wide open.
And Clark's been able to get into the paint several times tonight. Davis knocks a pass away. Stalky digs it up, scoops it to Caitlin Clark, who then loses the ball at midcourt. Pass underneath the basket, layup, Sundell, good. There's some pressure that bothered Iowa. Not this time. Davis into the front court. Tied at 56. Stalky, top of the key, 3, drills it. They left her open and she took advantage.
She eyed it the first time, but then she ultimately passed it away, and I'm glad that she took it because she hit that thing.
Stalky with 6, had 5 and 5 boards against Drake. Inside a whistle as Gregory made a move in the paint against Molly Davis. And a Fulter comes over to help and commits the foul. That is Sydney's second. And we've got timeout on the court with 3:20 left to go in the third quarter. Iowa 59, Kansas State 56. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/IowansWin.
The road to a championship is long and full of peril, not to mention snow. best to drive a Honda. Athletic, all-wheel drive vehicles with nimble moves, power off the line, and gas mileage that's off the charts. Plus, every Honda comes standard with Honda sensing safety features because defense wins championships, and everybody loves the free safety. New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Well, K-State grabbed the lead, and then Iowa grabbed it right back. They have a 3-point advantage to the Hawks. 59-56 with 3:20 left to go in the third. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless company and official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, joined the national network built by locals for locals. Well, Caitlin Clark, Jamie's been able to get into the paint, get to the basket, done a good job at the free throw line and been the bulk of the offense
this third quarter
for the Hawks in the third quarter. But how about that three-pointer for Hannah Stolke?
It was beautiful. You could tell that she was a tiny bit hesitant, but I'm glad she took it, and hopefully that gives her some confidence when she's out there at the three-point arc. And Clark shooting really well, making good decisions right now. 3 of 4 from the field, perfect 1 of 1 from the three-point line if we're only looking here at the third quarter. So hopefully that can continue. Hopefully Iowa can just go on a little bit of a run to end this with a little over 3 minutes to go.
Looks to be another 4-quarter basketball game, and Stolke in the corner knocks the pass away from Shimatsi, and Kansas State will do it again. Enter it from the baseline, gets it to Gregory, and she tried to make a move on the left side, and then an offensive foul.
They're going to call it for rolling. She set the screen and rolled, but if there's a roll where you're doing it just to hold someone, then that's a moving screen.
And that's her second. So 2 on Gabby Gregory, averaging 22 points a game. Hawks have done a good job on her. She did have a big second quarter. But other than that, and she plays hard. Cuts to the basket well. Comes off screens. Clark for 3, bouncing off the front of the iron, no. Rebound to Gregory. Missed that one just right at the top of the key. Hawks by 3, K-State on the move. In the paint, Sundell, spin move. No good from 6 feet. Clark with the rebound across the timeline. Angles right side, gets all the way to the rim. Shot up and good. Almost thought she got too far under, but just able to slide it up the glass and through the hoop. Clark with 19.
No such thing. No such thing for Clark.
Not for Caitlin Clark. Here's a deep three-pointer off the mark by Shimatsi. Stolke the rebound to Clark. Here's a great pass inside to Warnock on a backdoor move. Layup good. Timeout, Kansas State.
That was a sly backdoor cut by her. She did a nice job. She kind of played the defense, lulled them to sleep, and then just kind of rolled right around them, and Clark saw it the whole time.
And that prompts a Jeff Mittie timeout as the Hawks now go up 63-56.
Yeah.
Dominant after the last timeout.
Yeah, 7-0 run for the Hawkeyes since they took that last time out. 5 of their last 6 field goals. So they started with a pretty deep scoring drought. Like I said, 4 minutes. Iowa did not score, and they have turned it around, went on some runs, and hopefully this propels them, and they have 2 minutes to really push a little bit more and build that lead.
And the key thing, Jamie, offensively, is the Hawks aren't settling for jump shots.
No.
They are the quicker team, it feels like.
It does feel
able
that
to
way.
get into the paint. And a perfect pass, that last opportunity. Caitlin Clark, a one-handed bounce pass and a backdoor move by McKenna Warnock. And Warnock does such a great job finishing around the basket. Kansas State with the ball, and we have a whistle. First on Warnock.
Yeah, but that's going to be Warnock was defending underneath. There was some.
That was away from the ball because Kansas State had the basketball at about 28 feet from the hoop. So Gregory at the line converts the first. And she was just trying to create some space against Warnock in the paint and got the call and makes both free throws. 14 for Gabby Gregory. 63-58. Hawks by 5, approaching 2 left in the third. Clark on the right wing. Wheels, gets into the paint, goes up, has it blocked cleanly by Sundell. Across the timeline, feeds right side. Gregory will fire a 3, rimming no. But weak side rebound by Glenn. 6'1" sophomore got it, and Molly Davis takes it right away from Sundell. Davis across the timeline, kicks it back to Clark. She drives and then tried to pass it cross court and has it taken away. Out of the pile, Glenn across the timeline, and then Stolke knocks it out of bounds as Glenn tried to get it on the opposite side from Sundell.
Smart defense by Stolke to protect the basket there. It was a mess.
Off the inbounds, a three-pointer in the air by Glenn, no good. Missed it from the right wing, and Warnock gets the rebound across the timeline. Feeds right side Stolke. Now Clark in between the circles, and a hold will be caught on K-State as Clark tried to make a move.
And so that's going to put Stolke to the line. Oh, I believe. Oh, they're going to put Clark at the line.
Yeah, Clark was fouled by Glenn.
Returning to the game for K-State, number 14, Rebecca Dollinger.
Dollinger back. Glenn will sit down. Clark at the line. First one, no good. A little bit strong. 63-58. Clark's second. Got this one to go. Caitlin with 20. And she'll get a breather here the last 1:14. Third quarter as Gabby Marshall returns. K-State will walk the ball across the timeline. Angles left side does Glenn. Now gets it to Shamatsi, who drills a three-pointer from the left wing.
Shamatsi has only shot three-pointers. Only.
And that's the scouting report on her. She will drive in the post, but loves to camp out there and shoot threes, and has done it well. And then a foul will be called on K-State as Molly Davis tried to turn the corner from the top of the key. That'll go against Glenn. And put Davis at the free throw line. Now Clark back in the lineup. Molly's first is perfect. Davis with 6.
And with 48 seconds left, don't think that Coach Bluter is not out there always looking at, oh, okay, we might have one possession, possibly two, depending on how quickly they shoot, and they're thinking about those things now.
Davis makes the second, 66-61, 44 seconds left to go. K-State with the basketball. Basket to our right. Shamatsi. Now Sundell gets it inside. Gregory goes up. Turn that left shoulder toward the baseline, and it'll be an Iowa foul.
And that foul going against McKenna Warnock.
That'll be her second. And Gabby Gregory at the free throw line. Hawks by 5. First one is good. Gregory with 15, 5 in the quarter. 2 dribbles, up, and gets the roll. Lauderback and Maupin back in the game for Kansas State. Hawks with the ball. 34 seconds left to go, third quarter, and a 3-point lead. Davis will walk the ball across the timeline. Hold it out near the Wildcat logo. About a 4-second difference shot, game clock. Davis keeps that right-handed dribble going. Hesitates, drives all the way to the paint down the right side of the lane. Off the window, 2 for Molly Davis. Kansas State right back. Flips it out and can't get the shot off in time by Dollinger, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Another terrific finish to the quarter for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, good way to end. I was just looking to see if they scored a lot of points compared to K-State, but actually pretty evenly scored because, remember, Iowa had a 4-minute drought. So 21 points by Iowa in the third quarter, 20 by K-State. That's a win in my book, considering that there was that rough patch.
And the Hawkeyes will take the lead to the fourth, 68-63. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At Mid-American Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its fourth year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
The road to a championship is long and full of peril, not to mention snow. Best to drive a Honda. Athletic, all-wheel drive vehicles with nimble moves, power off the line, and gas mileage that's off the charts. Plus, every Honda comes standard with Honda sensing safety features because defense wins championships, and everybody loves the free safety. New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Hawks 68, Wildcats 63. Nothing decided yet. K-State did grab the lead for the first time in the third quarter.
Yep.
And after that drought, Jamie, the Hawks closed strong in quarter number 3.
They did. I was stuck with it. You know, this is a veteran team right there, though. That's what you see is they were composed, didn't even miss a beat. They played well. They continue to play good defense. That's the thing that Iowa should really be proud of right now. They could improve on the three-point defense a little bit, but ultimately Iowa is limiting their Kansas State's ability to score, and that's what kept them in the game. And Iowa right now is shooting much better. If you look at the third quarter alone, that's it, 57% from the field, 40% from the three-point arc. So much better starting in that second half.
Yeah, getting to the rim. Davis with 9. She had 4 in the quarter and a beautiful drive to close out the third quarter. Clark with 20 really was the catalyst in that third quarter. Hawks will start the fourth quarter with the basketball. 68-63. Here's Marshall. Martin on the left wing, now back to Gabby. Right side, Warnock feeds the post. That's Sonano. Shot is up and no good with the left hand. Clark almost dug up the rebound, but K-State comes away with it. Sundell, top of the key, angles right side. Now whips a pass to Gregory on the left. And now Sundell doing a lot of dribbling. Gets it into the paint, kicks it out to Gregory for 3. Short. Ball bounced right into the hands of McKenna Warnock. Now to Clark across the timeline. Angles right side against Sundell. Keeps the dribble going. right in front of the Iowa bench. Drops a pass inside to Warnock. She spins, feeds left side to Martin. Kate drives the baseline, now to Sonano from the elbow. Swish from 15 away.
Good ball movement by Iowa. Nothing was forced. They took their time. Perfect.
70-63. Here's Sundell. Stops, fires from 15 straight away and drills it. Nice move off the dribble. Shot it from the free throw line. Hawks by 5. Here's Clark down the right side. Sealed off that time by some help defense. Marshall in between the circles, looks. Now Warnock, free throw line extended left. Crossover move into the paint, and looks like she was bumped on her trip. Jalen Glenn, the foul. Shamatsi comes back in. She has 15. Lauterbach will sit down.
Iowa's out of bounds plays just have not been real effective so far this year, so maybe this will be the change.
This time they just get it in. Clark comes out to the top of the key to retrieve, drives the paint. Shot is up and no good, but a foul will be called on Ebert.
I like the
Ebert's
drive.
First.
I like the drive. I like the creation. I think Iowa needs to be looking for high percentage shots. Yes, sometimes those are three-pointers, but really usually those are going to be in the paint.
And Clark swishes the first free throw. 21 for Caitlin.
She's one rebound away from a double-double.
Second one, perfect. Clark averaging 24-7. 72-65, 8 to go. You have to love the competitiveness of this non-conference schedule, and especially back-to-back games. Shamatsi, 15 feet away, gives it off. Jumper by Ebert is good. Hit that from 16. Another player that can shoot off the dribble. Here's Marshall, drives the baseline. She's doubled, drops it off for Warnock. Now to Marshall on the left wing. Drops a pass inside. Sonano's scoop shot is up and good.
And Marshall, wow. She read that there was some help side, watched it, dribbled back out, acted like she wasn't going to throw it in, and then as the help side left, she passed it perfectly.
And got the angle. Didn't have a great angle on the baseline, dribbled it out to the wing. Ebert tried to get all the way to the rim from the baseline, had it knocked away by the Hawks underneath. It'll be K-State ball. Iowa up 74-67, just under 7 to go. K-State gets it in. Pass the ball around the arc, and now Gregory for 3, rimming no. Missed it left to the top of the key. Hawks with the rebound. Clark across the timeline. Angles right side, out by the hash mark. Hawks now spreading the floor. Gonna run some clock with 6:35 to go. Here's Martin, free throw line extended right. Drops a pass inside. Sonano went underneath the basket and could not come up with it. Off her left fingertips and out of bounds.
Teeny tiny bit too long.
K-State with the ball. Into their front court. Here's Sundell for 3, short. Rebound, Gregory, spin move, layup good. Abby Gregory with 18. Well, you have to seal her off the glass. Here's Clark, top of the key, gets into the paint, shot is up, didn't get it to go. Wouldn't climb the front of the rim, foul K-State. That'll go against Ebert. And Caitlin back at the free throw line where she spent some time.
She sure has. It's her new home. I think she's getting the keys to it in a few days. 11 of 14 from the free throw line.
Stolke comes in for Sonato. Clark's first, perfect. 75-69. Hawkeyes on top, and one.
And Iowa has been to the line 28 times. Or, well, they've shot 28 free throws, haven't been there 28 times.
And a much better percentage than the 66 they've shot for the first 3 games. Getting free inside, shot by Sundell, no. And then is fouled as she got her own rebound and went up again. Martin's 4th foul.
So Martin's just going to have to play smart. She can still play aggressive. There are players on the bench who can come in.
Free throw good by Sundell. She has 21. Second one good, pulls K-State to within 5. Falter comes in for Kate Martin. 5:46 left to go in the 4th. Iowa 76, K-State 71. Both teams undefeated. Stolke left side, penetrates the paint, spins, goes up with the left hand, short, went after the rebound, but dug up by Sundell. Sundell on the right wing for K-State. Now goes baseline, shot is up, no good, ball tipped around, and Sundell somehow gets it back out front, and Kansas State will have another opportunity. And then a foul is going to be called on a Falter against Gregory trying to post. And that's her 3rd. And it'll be ball possession for K-State. Sundell will throw it in along the baseline. Looks inside and then tried to get it into the corner and tipped out of bounds by Gabby Marshall.
And Iowa's on these inbounds plays want to make sure that they're getting them set up and then they're really getting out the 3-point arc because they like to shoot those quick threes.
And the Cats do get it in. And here is Sundell down the right side of the lane, goes up, finishes. Count the basket, she's fouled. Gabby Marshall, her 3rd. And Molly Davis comes in for Marshall. Sundell at the free throw line. And the free throw no good, but she gets her own rebound. It was tipped by the Hawkeyes. Couldn't grab it, so they tipped it. Now a 3-pointer. Sundell, no, missed it from the left corner. Weak side rebound. Stolke, she's fouled.
Yeah, but Stolke, again, is doing a good job boxing out. You can tell she still has those principles in mind. Got the box out on the weak side, which then ended up drawing a foul.
And that, I believe, will go on Shamatzi. And that'll be 4 on her. And we've got timeout on the court with 4:56 left to go in regulation. Iowa by 3, 76-73. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
4:56 left to go in the fourth. Iowa 76, K-State 73. When corn grows fuel, Iowans win. Ethanol is a renewable fuel that's better for our environment, our health, and our wallets. Share your winning moments using hashtag #IowансWin. Plus, you'll be eligible for some fun corny giveaways. Well, K-State going to play back-to-back games as they will host University of Texas Rio Grande Valley tomorrow. You don't see that every day outside of tournaments.
No. That is UTRGV.
Yep, Rio Grande Valley.
Well, Iowa, man, they're not gonna let us go and end this game easily, huh? 3-point lead though, with a little under 5 to go. That's where you'd want to be, is on the right side of it, 3 points. And Iowa hasn't went on any runs, I don't believe, this quarter. So I think they got one in them.
Davis, Stalkey, Sonato, Clark, and Warnock, the 5 for the Hawkeyes. Hawks have played 9 with the basketball. Clark across the timeline. Davis on the right side. Now Warnock, free throw line extended right, gets it inside. Sonato spins, goes baseline, and has it blocked away. And then Clark goes after the rebound. And it's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow favors K-State. Ebert was right there with Caitlin Clark.
And that's where Monica, instead of turning fully in, she needs to just she has a nice baby hook. Use that baby hook on either side, right side, left side.
Yep, went left, came back to the right. Here's Sundell. Kicks it back out to Lauterbach from 17. No good. A rare shot for her. Clark with the rebound into the front court. Drops it off to Sonato. Bank shot good. All created by Caitlin Clark.
Really pretty. That was really, really pretty. It's right between the defenders.
Great fast break by Iowa. 78-73 Hawks.
Hannah Stolke's lost a shoe.
Well, now she comes out to play defense, and of course it's recognized. And the shot is up and no good.
Shula Stolke did a good job playing defense.
She sure did. That was Ebert recognized it on the left wing and then drove the paint and then ran into some help side defense as well. And the ball goes out of bounds over to the Hawkeyes. Good job by Hannah Stalkey. 78-73 Hawks with the ball. Stalkey in between the circles, looks inside. Clark trying to post, now left side Warnock. Drives the paint and tries to get it inside to Sonato. Went off the backboard, but Stalkey comes away with it and then is strong with the ball. And then a timeout taken by Coach Bluter just to make sure she saved the possession.
Nice. I think that was a smart decision by Coach Bluter. Stolke was doing a good job pivoting around, but I mean, she was getting hawked. Caitlin Clark, double-double. 10 rebounds, 24 points at the moment.
How many assists?
7 assists, so still some time.
Yeah, 3:44. Hawks up 78-73. In business, Mid-American Energy can help you save energy and add your bottom line. Visit midamericanenergy.com to learn more. Hawks will have the basketball along the baseline. Left of their own basket. Clark will trigger it in. Hawks will come out in a box set. Davis tries to screen for Sonato, and then Clark has to fire the ball out to Molly Davis, retrieves it in the backcourt. Now fires it to Clark in between the circles. Caitlin uses a screen, pops from 17, rimming no. Ball knocked out of bounds. As Stalkey going after the rebound will pick up her second. Riley Glenn comes back in for K-State. And she has the ball on the right wing. Now, Shamatsi for three, straight away. Drilled it.
And she's 6 of 10. That is some insane shooting.
And just a 22% three-point shooter this year. Davis along the baseline. Gets it out to Stokey. Tried to get it up top. Stolen away by Glenn. Easy layup is good.
Kansas State ties it.
At 78. Just under 3 left to go. Iowa with the ball in the front court. Davis, top of the key. Stokey, right wing. Clark in between the circles. Glenn comes out on her. And a three-pointer. Count it. A swish from the top of the key for Caitlin Clark. Right in the face of Jalen Glenn.
Quieting the crowd.
Hawks by 3 with that three. 81-78. 2:25 to go. K-State with the basketball. Shamatsi, left wing. And timeout taken by K-State. 30-second timeout by Jeff Mitty. What a clutch three-pointer for Caitlin Clark.
I mean, the second half, she has really been the Caitlin Clark that we're used to seeing. 17 points so far, 5 of 9 shooting, 2 of 3 from the three-point line. Just really doing it everywhere right now. So hopefully that can continue to propel Iowa. And as we know, Iowa does like when they see someone else hit a three, sometimes that can trigger someone else to hit a three.
This veteran team has been through many games like this, including last Sunday at Drake. 81-78. Hawkeyes on top. 2:17 left to go in the ballgame. K-State will have it along the sideline, right in front of its bench. Lob pass to Gregory on the right wing. Drives baseline. Goes up. Foul against Warnock. She got a step on McKenna that time. That'll be 3 on McKenna Warnock. That was just kind of a clear out on the right side for Gabby Gregory, who has 18. So Gregory at the line, first one good. Had 10 at the half. Looking for her 20th point. And she gets it. 81-80. Hawkeyes on top. Warnock in the backcourt. Hands it to Clark. Glenn on her. Crosses the timeline. Angles right side. Looks inside to Sonato. Being fronted by Shamatsi. Molly Davis now in between the circles. 9 to shoot for the Hawkeyes. We're under 2. Davis, right side. And now we'll stop and fire a three short. And the ball bounces off the rim and comes right back to her.
And smart decision. Then she's like, all right, let's reset it up. Let's reset it up. Let's use this clock.
Boy, that couldn't work out any better for the Hawkeyes. Now the shot clock down to 7. Hawks by 1. Davis looks, gets it to Stokey. Tried to get it inside, stolen away by Sundell.
Iowa with a 1-point lead right here. Just plays good defense. Play good defense, pressure on the outside, but nothing different.
1:15 to go. K-State with the basketball. Here's Glenn on the left side. And a whistle inside is going to go against McKenna Warnock as Gregory was trying to get position on her in the paint. 4 on Warnock, and here's Kate Martin back into the game for Hannah Stokey.
At the line, shooting 2 for K-State, number 12, Gabby Gregory.
And Gregory's done a good job at the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, Gregory is perfect so far. A perfect 8 of 8.
And now 9 of 9. She had 25 and 9 against Wisconsin to give K-State the lead. She does. K-State 82, Iowa 81, 105 left to go. Clark in the paint, and she's tied up as she tried to go up. Possession arrow favors the Hawks. Iowa will have the ball along the baseline. Left of the hoop. Clark has the ball, gets it into Warnock. Hands it off to Caitlin Clark. Under a minute. Now Martin, free throw line extended right. Lob pass inside, so now perfect pass, layup good.
Smart decision, high percentage shot, and they did a good job waiting for it.
Great pass by Kate Martin, put it right where she had to, and Sonano laid it up and in. Hawks by 1. K-State with the basketball, 40 seconds. Gregory spins, right block, and a blocking foul will go against Iowa. Gregory back to the line. Boy, she's got a lot of moves in the paint.
Davis played great defense there, though. I mean, it was fabulous defense. I don't know what else she could have done. I mean, she was straight on. She was in position. To me, I think Gregory created the contact.
And missed the free throw. Hawks by 1. Second one is good. We're tied. Gregory with 23. Some pressure from K-State. Clark gets the ball across the timeline. About a 6-second differential in the game and shot clock. 25 on the game clock. Clark just holding the ball. 40 feet from the hoop. Clark angles right side, hands it off to Kate Martin. Free throw line extended right. And a whistle and a jump ball will be called. Martin just held on to that ball too long. And the defense was there. And Kansas State will call timeout with 8.5 seconds left to go, tied at 83.
Luda tried to call timeout on that when she saw that the tie was about to happen. But the refs didn't hear and they didn't give it to them. So now Iowa will be playing defense. Lost possession there, 8 seconds to go.
Well, you figure they're going to go to Gregory. They've run the offense through her.
Yep. And it's going to, so the good news is I don't think they can advance it. From where the foul was, or where that jump ball occurred, and the change of possession. So Iowa can press. They can put pressure on them in the full court, which slows it down. Because 8 seconds, try to drill some time off, force them to take a bad shot. That's all you can do. You're obviously going to steal, but ideally you force them to take a bad shot. Hannah Stolke is going to be in.
Yeah, Warnock's got 4, and so does Kate Martin. If you're looking at trying to extend this game, Stolke has 2. We're tied at 83, 8.5 left to go. K-State, after the jump ball, will have the ball along the sideline. Now it looks like they will get it in the front court. Right at the hash mark.
Advance that right there. So good. Learn something new every day.
Ebert will throw it in. Clark comes up to bother the pass. Ebert looks and gets it to Gregory. And before she was able to get it in, K-State takes a timeout.
So great defense by Iowa, and K-State has no more timeouts left. So that defense, let's see if they can try to slow it down and get a bad inbound pass, force them to get it in the backcourt, do something like that. All right, no timeouts. They have a chance. This is something that Iowa could use. Or force a bad pass. That could create a bad pass because they get anxious.
The other thing, if this clock gets milked, you got to really watch your fouls.
Yes.
I know that's hard to do.
It is. It is.
You don't want to give anything easy. So Ebert Along the sideline, gets it to Gregory against Kate Martin, gets into the paint, has it knocked away by Martin, and a block is going to be called on Kate Martin, which looked like an absolute perfect steal.
It was there was a charge. It's a no call or a charge. That was a horrible call.
Well, she looked like she was in really good position, and there was space there when she knocked that ball away.
What world is that? A foul on Kate Martin? I mean, there's a replay.
Call.
It's a horrible call, is what it is. That is a bad call.
But 4.7 left to go.
And
Gregory
Iowa
at the free throw line.
And they have a timeout, so Iowa will take the timeout. And so, yes, I can be outraged. But Iowa did a good, they're going to jump back in it, and they're going to get back into this game. They're going to say that's 5 fouls on Kate Martin.
Yep, so she'll sit down with 4 points. Gabby Marshall will come in. So, talking about that foul situation, the good news is that there's still 4.7 seconds.
Yep, there's 4.7 seconds. And then depending on what happens here, if it's a 1-point game, a 2-point game.
And Gregory at the line. First one is good. 24 for Gregory. Now, if she misses this, you've got to make sure you box out.
Yep. And they're going to take a timeout no matter what. I'm sure Coach Bluter already told the
secure that rebound. There's a long rebound into the hands of Hannah Stolke. Quickly calls timeout. Nice rebound by Stolke. So the Hawks have right now, I'm sure they'll look at it, 3.8 on the clock. Down 1. K-State 84, Iowa 83.
So this is going to be a situation where either Iowa is going to win most likely or Iowa is going to lose.
Unless there's a foul.
Unless there's a foul. But most likely it's going to be a win or lose moment in these next 3.8 seconds. And so Iowa is going to be looking for, truthfully, you want a high percentage shot, obviously. You want a layup. That's number one because you think you're going to get it. But what they want is a good shot. The goal here is a nice open shot that someone is confident with.
A lot of options.
There is a lot of options. They're obviously going to look into Sonano, but that's what K-State's going to know. So you're going to know you're going to have secondary options. You have enough time to get it at the top of the key and drive in with plenty of time. So I'm sure that's what they're going to talk about. This out-of-bounds play is going to have multiple opportunities. They're going to expect Clark to get it, but also Clark wouldn't be a bad person to have because she is used to the contact, the driving in. She's had a great second half. If you can at least get the ball to Clark, you know that she's going to drive in, create, possibly pull up a foul.
The clock will stay at 3.8. K-State 84, Iowa 83. Molly Davis will inbounds the ball along the sideline, opposite the Iowa bench. Here we go. Clark gets it and then falls down, has to get it to Warnock, slips it into Sonano. Shot is up and no good, but wait a second. Do we have a whistle and a foul underneath? And Clark is down at midcourt.
We heard a whistle. We don't know what the whistle's for.
It was underneath as Sonano was going up. She got the ball on the left block, and this game's going to be over. Unless there's a foul beforehand.
It sounded like the whistle was before the shot, though.
The shot did not get up in time. Sonano turned. And before there's any contact on the replay, I'm not sure what they called. I just heard a whistle underneath.
Nobody
was there a foul called.
Nobody made we heard a whistle, so we know
Caitlin Clark's, Jamie, is going to have to be helped off the court and could hardly put any weight. I can't tell which leg it is. Must have got tangled up as she lost the ball at midcourt. And the officials are now over looking at the replay. I got a feeling this is the way this is going to end. K-State 84, Iowa 83.
I will say the last 5 seconds have not been refed very well, I don't think. You're going to call a foul over here that wasn't a foul, and you're not going to call a foul where there's obviously hands on Clark.
And with 3.8 seconds left to go, the issue became Clark could not get the ball cleanly, and then had to just kind of whip it to McKenna Warnock still outside the three. Warnock, and she did the right thing to get it right into Monica on the left block. I just think the Hawks ran out of time. And Caitlin Clark with the training staff behind the bench. And that's it.
Well, there was an errant whistle. I feel like that still needs to be explained.
There was a whistle underneath. Just never heard of a foul being called. So Kansas State will win it 84-83. And the Hawks lose a heartbreaker here in Manhattan.
That is frustrating.
Tough one to lose that you really felt the Hawks had good control of this game and just lost it at the end. Final score, Kansas State 84, Iowa 83. The Hawks' first loss of the year at 3-1, and Kansas State at 3-0. And now the attention will turn to Caitlin Clark. At least she's limping, but walking to the Hawkeye locker room. Post-game show will come up from Manhattan after the break. Kansas State 84, Iowa 83. This is Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Time to redo this basement?
Yeah. A home gym, movie theater, model train utopia.
Or yoga studio?
I'm flexible-ish.
Great. I'll just use the U.S. Bank mobile app so we can plan it out.
Which way are you leaning? Setting a savings goal or applying for a home improvement loan?
I say we look at both options, right here in the app.
Budget for a really good home gym. We deserve it.
Noted.
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The road to a championship is long and full of peril, not to mention snow. Best to drive a Honda. Athletic, all-wheel drive vehicles with nimble moves, power off the line, and gas mileage that's off the charts. Plus, every Honda comes standard with Honda sensing safety features because defense wins championships, and everybody loves the free safety. New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor. And Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. The Hotel Kirkwood, named the Corridor Business Journal's 2022 Best Banquet and Event Venue. And awarded the AAA 4-Diamond Award for lodging. To make reservations, visit thehotelatkirkwood.com or call 877-751-5111 for more information.
Okay, close your eyes and imagine.
Well, unless you're driving.
Yes, imagine you bought a scratch ticket from the Iowa Lottery.
Or someone gave you one.
Yes, right. And you scratch, and you've won.
Won big.
Yes, in fact, there are 13 holiday games with big cash prizes. And if you don't win, play it again. You can still win up to $100,000 in the VIP club.
But you have to enter and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
Yes, thank you.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
Welcome back to the Bramlage Coliseum in Manhattan, where Kansas State has defeated the Iowa Hawkeyes 84-83. Second game this week, down to the wire. The Hawkeyes able to win in overtime against Drake, 92-84. 86. Couldn't get it done tonight. Lose 84-83, Jamie, in a game that certainly led most of the way.
Yeah.
And then when it got tied, the momentum kind of shifted, and the Hawkeyes just couldn't get off a good shot there in that last possession, at least before the 3.8 seconds.
Yeah. Man, that's going to be one where you got to rewatch it a little bit and look and see, like, hey, what do we do different? How do we apply this in the future? Because you're just going to have to learn from that one. You know, having discussions with them, like really understanding where the clock was, right? Warnock had the right idea, but she also needed to know that time was wasted up top when Clark had it. Right, those are things that you just have to recognize as a player. And so they'll have those conversations. This is not going to be an easy one to swallow. This is going to be a hard one. It's going to hurt them. And hopefully they can use it, though, for good, right? They use this as a jumping off point to figure out what things they need to focus on and change, and then they use it as a motivating factor because they got a tough week coming up with Belmont and then go into the Phil Knight Classic.
Right.
I mean, they do not have any games to slack off from.
Is your small business ready for a big promotion? To support and celebrate small businesses, United Healthcare and Hawkeye Athletics are teaming up for the Spotlight on Small Business Sweepstakes. Winners receive radio promotions, social media recognition, and more. To enter, visit HawkeyeSports.com/UHC. United Healthcare is a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Jamie, how about a look at the individual statistics?
Yeah. So Iowa finished the day with 3 players in double figures, 27 for Clark. Her stat line was 6 of 17 from the field, 2 of 7 from the three-point line, and 13 of 16 from the free throw line. 13 free throws is actually an arena record for the number of free throws made by an opponent. And then Warnock had 12 points, 18 points from Monica Sonato, and 8 of 11 shooting, 9 from Davis, 6 from Stolke, 5 Marshall, 4 Martin, and 2 from O'Grady. Leading the way for Kansas, 2 players with 24 points, Sundell and Gregory with 24, and then Shematsi's 18 points, all from the three-point line, 6 of 10 shooting from the three-point line for Shematsi. Rebounds, Iowa won the rebounding award by just a little bit. They had 36 rebounds as a team, 10 of those coming from Clark, 8 from Warnock, 34 rebounds for Kansas State, being led by Sundell and Lauterbach. Assist-wise, Iowa shared the ball well, 19 assists, 7 from Clark, 6 from Martin, and Kansas State on 18 assists. So, I mean, the stat lines are very similar for these two teams. Iowa had a lot more free throws, 23 of 28, while they had 17 of 21. So Iowa just had a little bit different, tight game the whole time.
Was back and forth, and a game of runs. The Hawkeyes' last field goal was with 51 seconds left to go. That was the Monica Sonato layup that gave Iowa an 83-81 lead. And then, of course, K-State got 1 out of 2 free throws with 3.8 left to go to take a 84-83 lead. And then the Hawkeyes had the final possession, had a chance. Got the ball inside to Monica Sonato on the left block just a little bit late. There was contact. We heard a whistle underneath. Don't think there was ever a foul called.
No.
And the officials went over and looked at it, and the shot went up clearly. It was too late. It was after the clock went to 0, and then the light came on around the glass. That was very evident, but there was some contact underneath there, but probably after the shot went up, which was late. So tough one for the Hawkeyes. Lose it 84-83. Clark with 27. Sonato with 17. McKenna Warnock in double figures with 12 as well. Molly Davis with 9. Kansas State 84, Iowa 83. Back with more post-game after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
The road to a championship is long and full of peril, not to mention snow. Best to drive a Honda. Athletic, all-wheel drive vehicles with nimble moves, power off the line, and gas mileage that's off the charts. Plus, every Honda comes standard with Honda sensing safety features because defense wins championships, and everybody loves the free safety. New Hondas are arriving daily at your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest.
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I think you...
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When you're in the eastern Iowa area, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Options Exteriors, your preferred local roofing and exterior company. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. Contact the Jill Armstrong team, Wisconsin Realty, for all of your real estate needs. Call 319-631-5455.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately. Then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Welcome back to Manhattan, Kansas. On the postgame show after a heartbreaking loss for the Hawkeyes at 84-83. Iowa Corn and Quickstar are partnering to give you a chance to win tickets to the Iowa Corn Cyhawk Series matchup. Simply visit any participating Quickstar in Iowa through November 13th and fill up with 8 or more gallons of unleaded 88 and use your Quickstar rewards card. And you're also automatically entered for a chance to win tickets. For more information and official rules, visit quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. Get pumped to win with Iowa Corn and Quickstar. Iowa and Belmont on Sunday. The Hawks will be back inside Carver Hawkeye Arena for a 2 o'clock tip against the Bruins as Associate Head Coach Jan Jensen makes the trip up here to join us here on the post-game show. And hi, Coach, another one right down to the wire, and certainly didn't go the Hawks' way there. But boy, this was kind of a game of runs, wasn't it? You got up 12, had a 12-0 run. Kansas State would come back with a run of their own, just back and forth for pretty much the entire way, though the Hawks led for the bulk of the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, when we had the lead, the story was turnovers. We had, were we up 8 or 9, and back-to-back turnovers. They scored 2 threes off of it, so 9 went to 3 really quick. Had some, tough turnovers at the end, down the stretch. And, I thought that the officiating, there was a couple bad calls that I didn't understand, didn't go our way, but we didn't do a whole lot of things real sharply. We didn't do enough of the details to be as frustrated as we are about some of the calls. We just really kind of blew it. We let one, go away here. We didn't really execute our offense again really well. But credit Kansas State. When you're coming in here as a highly ranked team, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And we got it, and we just didn't make the necessary adjustments, right? Yeah, and had the lead there with 50 seconds left off a beautiful pass inside to Monica. And then Kansas State, and certainly a questionable call on Kate Martin for her 5th. They make 1 out of 2, and then you still had 3.8 left to go. And then Caitlin was double-teamed and lost the ball there, and then, boy, that clock's really ticking then, isn't it? Yeah, it really is. I was so shocked. I thought that, but obviously we didn't. I thought that McKenna did a great job, heads up, and threw it to Monica. I thought she got the shot off, but obviously it didn't take them too long to make that decision.
And there was a whistle down there, right, on the baseline?
Yeah, it really was.
I heard it up here.
Yeah, it was a weird, unique game because everything that the questionable ones certainly never went our way, but I always believe that you really create your, most of the luck in the situations. But yeah, it was unfortunate that I don't know what happened to Caitlin. She twisted her ankle or what, but she went down. I think she's fine in the locker room. I'm sure it's a little sore, but it's nothing major.
Well, that's good news.
But it's unfortunate. I wish we would have got a chance to shoot that. But.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And but a lot of good things still with this basketball team. And that Kansas State shoots the three well, and they did on occasion.
Yeah.
And I thought a lot of the players were able to get to the basket. The dribble drive, the penetration was good offensively.
Yeah, I think the glaring thing was we couldn't keep the ball in front of us. We didn't do that well against their offense. We went to the zone. We probably should have tried the zone a little bit more the second half. They heated up against it. Then I think we went away from it a little bit because number one for them had a game. She's their center. And typically when we play teams where the center can shoot threes and it's more of a power forward, that gives us trouble. And it, again, it did to tonight. I think the story was just offensively. They scored 22 points off of our turnovers, and I think we scored 7 off of their turnovers. So, if you have a travel, right, that's a different type of turnover. But when you throw it into the other team and they can transition, back fast. So our turnovers were just unfortunately really glaring.
Sometimes like a 4-point swing.
Yeah, and I think when we did penetrate and could pitch it out, that was, some good things. But the ball just is a little bit stagnant right now, and I don't think we got Monica involved on just the general offensive cross screens enough. But it was nice to see a little bit more balance. I mean, it was nice, McKenna, it was nice to see her. I thought she had a really solid game. I thought, you were talking about the controversial calls at the end, but I thought, I'm looking forward to watching the film. I just thought some of the calls that McKenna got being straight up were just really
and one on Molly Davis down there, too.
I mean, you can't be much more straight up than that. So that was unfortunate. But I thought McKenna gave us some really great play tonight. I just think we needed to get the ball a little bit more to Monica. But we don't want to be the two-headed monster that we were at Drake. Obviously, Monica was having a game, but it's nice to see McKenna. I thought she was in there a little bit more, but we just didn't have enough offensive firepower.
Did they do anything defensively other than you expected against Monica down there? Did you double her much?
No, they didn't. They weren't doubling. We put her out in the short because the center that starts for them, she's 6'7" or whatever. She alters the shot a bit, but Monica still, I think, shot when she was in, and she was 2 for 4 on her. It was us really more so. We just didn't look for her. I don't know if it was the optics of when 6'7" was on her that we just didn't cross screen or we weren't looking as much. They fronted, which we've seen the front before, but we just were a little gun shy to throw it. But I mean, I thought overall their defensive pressure was decent. We were expecting it. But it wasn't any surprises. I think it was a team that, we haven't really, the last 2 games really played our offense really well. We, got the win on the road at Drake, but here, on a home floor, when we had it up by 8-9 and when we had the lead underneath the minute, you just can't do the turnovers that we did to squeak out the win. But sometimes, we've been kind of trying to focus on this in practice, the reversal in the offense and the flow of the offense. And sometimes you get listened to a little bit more when you have a loss. I would hate like heck that we did. But it is a long season. There is a lot of ups and downs and curveballs and so forth. So
we're just getting going.
Yeah, this is a tough place. We didn't shy away from playing, a tough schedule, and doesn't get any easier. So I'm not worried, just disappointed. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be really disappointed and, oh gosh, we're not as good. And, we're a work in progress. Everybody asks, are you the top 4 team? And, I said, I just like being part of the conversation. I think it's, to me, it's all about where we're going to end up in March and April. And unfortunately, I think this is one we should have gotten, we could have gotten, but we just aren't quite there physically, and I don't think we were quite mentally either. So we'll keep going back to work, and hopefully we'll see a lot of our great fans at Carver on Sunday, and just appreciate all that great support, and we're going to be okay.
It'll be okay, and we'll see you on the bus,
All
and
right,
then
sounds
Belmont
good.
at 2 o'clock
All
on
right,
Sunday.
You betcha. Special hello to my friends and family in Southwest Iowa. Go Hawks.
Jan Jensen, Associate Head Coach, appreciate her making the trip up here to join us on the postgame show. We'll be back with more, including heading to the Iowa locker room after the break. Hawks lose a tough one, 84-83 to Kansas State. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At MidAmerican Energy, we want to help keep you safe around power lines and electrical equipment. Always assume a power line is energized, even if it's on the ground. To avoid the risk of an accidental shock or electrocution, avoid touching a power line with anything. And when you see high voltage warnings on transformers and substations, stay away. We care about you and your safety. Get more tips at midamericanenergy.com.
Paid for by the customers of MidAmerican Energy.
At Oak Knoll, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oakknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
Okay, close your eyes and imagine.
Well, unless you're driving.
Yes, imagine you bought a scratch ticket from the Iowa lottery.
Or someone gave you one.
Yes, right. And you scratch, and you've won.
One big.
Yes, in fact, there are 13 holiday games with big cash prizes. And if you don't win, play it again. You can still win up to $100,000 in the VIP club.
But you have to enter and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
Yes, thank you.
At Cenex, we're locally owned and operated, so your community is our community. That's why your Cenex goes far beyond the store. We fuel community connections by supporting local festivals, restoring town monuments, and renovating baseball fields. Now in its 4th year, we'll have contributed more than $400,000 to Cenex communities through our Hometown Pride initiative, because community connections make the places we live so special. Cenex, powered locally.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
You mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Caitlin Clark with 27, Monica Sonato with 17, and McKenna Warnock with 12, the double-digit players for the Hawks. And then Clark also had 10 boards and 7 assists, 13 of 16 from the free throw line, and the 16 made free throws tied an arena record for Caitlin Clark here in Manhattan, Kansas. Let's head to the Iowa locker room, and Jamie has Coach Bluter.
Thanks, Rob. I'm here with Coach Bluter. Ooh, this is a tough one, to say it lightly. Take me through the game from the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we played a decent first half. We got to the free throw line a lot. Didn't shoot well from 3, but at least our free throws were better today. We just didn't have an answer for Gabby Gregory. I mean, she drew 13 fouls out there tonight. 13 fouls. She's 12 for 14 from the free throw line. I mean, she was the one that really hurt us in the second half. Obviously, their center coming out and going 6 for 10 from three-point range. That was tough. I think she'd made 1 on the year. She was, I think she'd made 1 out of 5 coming into this, and 6 for 10 right now. So that was tough. It's just really... It's just kind of a sour taste in my mouth right now after this game, because I really feel like this was a gettable game for us. Too many turnovers. They have 22 points off of our turnovers. We have no second chance points. We only got 13% of offensive rebounds, and it's the same stuff we keep talking about. So we just got to go back to the drawing board and get better.
Three-pointers just weren't falling in the first half. Got a little bit better, but not quite there. What will be the focus to try to bounce back from this? I'm already going to start looking forward because you don't have any games that you can let up or just kind of build off of. You have 3 tough games coming up.
Yeah, we don't take good threes, and that's our problem right now, is we take really hard threes. And, obviously 6 for 20, 30% isn't going to cut it, shooting from three-point range. I don't know what we shot from two-point range, but it's going to be pretty darn good, our two-point shooting. But, they had 13 more shots than we did, 13 more shots. We had 3 more turnovers than they did. They had 4 more offensive rebounds than we did. Those extra shots, when you're in close games, you got to take care of every little detail, and we did not do that today.
And this was the first game where it came down to those last few seconds of play, literally seconds. What will that mean, though, helping going forward with your team, knowing that they went through that, they started to experience that?
Yeah, I felt like we kind of went through it at Drake, though. I mean, we have an overtime game there at Drake, and so I feel like we kind of should have, had that in the back of our mind, that we can win close games. And again, we just couldn't stop them. 12, Gabby Gregory, unbelievable. I mean, she just barreled herself into the paint, and we just kept getting called for foul after foul. And I don't even know how to explain it, because it was just unbelievable calls on there, drawing 13 fouls. Yeah.
So you're going to travel, get back home late tonight.
Yeah.
You have a game on Sunday. Do you take a day off? Do you go right into it?
No, we've already done our day off this week, so we'll get home and we'll have 2 days to prep for Belmont. But yeah, tomorrow's going to be tough because we're going to get home so late tonight.
All right, Coach. Well, we will see you on Sunday.
Awesome.
And thank you.
Thanks.
And here with Kate Martin. This is a tough one. Yeah. Take me through what you saw today. Any positives? It's okay if you're also at negatives right now. Where are you at with this game?
Yeah, I mean, it's a road game early in the season to a good team. K-State is a really good team. Obviously, they're not ranked, but and I saw a lot of positives out there. A lot of things that we can do better. I think we can do a better job of, running our offense, getting the ball into Monica, setting cross screens for her, setting pin screens, exposing their weaknesses. I think we played a lot around the perimeter instead of getting the ball inside. But positives, we played really good zone defense for the most part, and good communication, and we stayed together the whole game, and they went on runs, we went on runs, and we tried to limit their runs, but didn't come up with the win tonight, and that's all part of the journey. No one said we were going to go undefeated.
Yeah.
No one said we were going to be perfect. And so here we are. What's next is how we respond to this and respond in the face of adversity. That defines good teams. And so that's what's next for us.
How do you help build that as you prepare for Belmont coming on Sunday?
I have 2 great practices. This will be in the back of our minds, but at the same time we have to move forward because Belmont is a really good team, and so we're going to prepare hard tomorrow and Saturday for a really good team on Sunday, and we got to stick together, block out the outside noise, and just listen to and focus on the people who are in our locker room and on the court with us each and every day.
All right. Thanks, Kate.
Thank you.
Jamie, thank you very much from the Iowa locker room, and thanks to Coach Bluter and Kate Martin. Well said. And the Hawkeyes will get ready for Belmont on Sunday. 27 from Clark, 18 for Monica Sonato, and 12 for McKenna Warnock, the 3 in double figures. 84-83 K-State over the Hawks. We'll be back to wrap things up from Manhattan, Kansas. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from their field.
Love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile.
These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Okay, close your eyes and imagine.
Well, unless you're driving.
Yes, imagine you bought a scratch ticket from the Iowa Lottery.
Or someone gave you one.
Yes, right. And you scratch, and you've won.
Won big.
Yes, in fact, there are 13 holiday games with big cash prizes. And if you don't win, play it again. You can still win up to $100,000 in the VIP club.
But you have to enter and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
Yes, thank you.
You probably know that a natural gas leak smells like rotten eggs. But what does a gas leak look or sound like? If you hear a whooshing or hissing sound, see dirt, dust, or water spraying from an area, or you get dizzy or queasy, leave the area immediately, then call 1-800-595-5325 once you're safely away. See MidAmericanEnergy.com for more safety tips.
Paid for by the customers of Mid-American Energy.
Hawks lose a tough one to a good Kansas State team, 84-83. A game right down to the wire in Manhattan. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for men and women in the United States. Don't let any heart condition go unnoticed or undiagnosed, whether it's a routine checkup or a complex procedure. You want the expert care from specialists who know your heart condition inside and out. That is the University of Iowa Heart and Cardiovascular Center. Make an appointment today at uih.org/HVC or give them a call at 319-356-7102. It's now time for tonight's plays of the game. Typical starters in the game. Back cut by Kate Martin, left wide open and lays it up off the window. And Kate Martin has all 4 Hawkeye points.
And they are on a 10-0 run.
And Warnock silences the Kansas State crowd with a 3-pointer deep in the right corner. Not this time. Davis into the front court. Tied at 56. Stolke, top of the key. 3, drills it. They left her open and she took advantage. Davis keeps that right-handed dribble going. Hesitates, drives all the way to the paint down the right side of the lane. Off the window, 2 for Molly Davis. Stolke, right wing. Clark in between the circles. Glenn comes out on her. And a 3-pointer. Count it. A swish from the top of the key for Caitlin Clark. Boy, and that was a money shot that gave the Hawkeyes the lead. And you felt coming down in the last minute, the Hawks were going to be able to hang on, but credit Kansas State for making offensive and defensive plays down the stretch. Final score from Manhattan, Kansas State 84, Iowa 83. For Jamie Cavey Lang, I'm Rob Brooks. Thanks so much for joining us late on this Thursday night. And, of course, we'll be with you Sunday afternoon from Carver Hawkeye Arena, Iowa, and the Belmont Bruins, the preseason choice to win the Missouri Valley Conference. 1:45 for the pregame show, and the tip from Carver at 2. The final score, once again, Kansas State 84, Iowa 83. Good night from the Bramblage Coliseum in Manhattan, Kansas, and this is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Hawkeye Women's Basketball has been brought to you by Authentic Brand. Unique Hawkeye apparel at authentic-brand.com. Bud Light, it's for the fans. Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Hy-Vee. Score big savings at HyVeeDeals.com. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit IALottery.com for details. United Healthcare. Proud sponsors of Small Business Spotlight. Sign up your small business at HawkeyeSports.com/UHC. And by U.S. Bank. Proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.